Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook. More children, more blessings. Start with the 9 Nether Empress. Chapter 31. Dongfang Yuan made his move, swift and decisive. After the sword energy approached within 3 meters of Yuan Tianzong, 2 sword lights slashed diagonally from left and right, directly dismembering Yuan Tianzong into 4 large chunks of flesh, which fell from the sky. Island Lord. The Island Lord is dead. The Island Lord is dead. The disciples and elders of the Burning Heaven Island, after witnessing the gruesome death of Yuan Tianzong, lost their backbone and completely lost their composure. Some of them even started to panic and flee. Don't let them escape. Intercept them. Kill. The people from the Qian family realized that the people from the Burning Heaven Island were trying to run away, so they immediately blocked their path. The people from the Heavenly Evolution dynasty also joined in, surrounding and killing them. The entire battlefield once again erupted in intense waves, but the Heavenly Venerable Realm experts were still stunned in the sky, some at a loss and confused. After the shock wore off for Qian Jucho and the Qian family patriarch, they felt a deep sense of joy. Dongfang Yuan is unexpectedly so strong. He killed Yuan Tianzong in an instant. Yuan Tianzong was also a Heavenly Venerable Realm expert, just like them. Yet, such a person was killed and dismembered by Dongfang Yuan in front of everyone. Just how strong is this Dongfang Yuan? For a moment, both the Qian family patriarch and Qian Jucho were curious and delighted. No matter how strong Dongfang Yuan is, with him here, the Qian family's predicament can be easily resolved. As for the other few individuals, Feng Mobai, Zhang Beisheng, and Shen Ningfa, after witnessing the gruesome death of Yuan Tianzong, they were all filled with shock and despair. How could Dongfang Yuan be so strong? Is he really just a younger generation? Although they were puzzled, their fear was even greater. Dongfang Yuan's ability to kill Yuan Tianzong with a single strike also meant that he had the strength to kill any one of the 3 of them. Of course, it was even possible for him to kill all of them. Thinking of this, Zhang Beisheng couldn't help but feel a sense of despair. Coincidentally, Dongfang Yuan's gaze was still fixed on him at this moment. This made him feel a chill running down his spine, and his whole body trembled slightly. If he wasn't floating in the air right now, he would probably be kneeling on the ground, his limbs weak and unable to stand up. Zhang Beisheng, don't worry, you and Yuan Tianzong can wait for me in hell. It won't be long before I send all the people from the Blood Shadow Tower down to accompany you. On the road to the underworld, you won't be alone. Dongfang Yuan's face revealed a faint smile as he gradually approached Zhang Beisheng in the sky. Zhang Beisheng's inner fear reached an unprecedented level. He looked at the smile on Dongfang Yuan's face as if he was looking at a demon from hell, holding a sickle, and showing him the most terrifying smile in the world. No, no, Zhang Beisheng's pupils widened, as if his sanity was being driven to madness. He immediately ran, exerting all his lifelong strength, bursting with speed, and fleeing towards the horizon. Shen Ning's mind was also quick-witted. Seeing Zhang Beisheng running away, Dongfang Yuan's attention would definitely be on him. As a result, his figure also accelerated in a different direction from Zhang Beisheng, reaching the limit of his speed, and swiftly fleeing like a streak of light. Seeing the 2 of them running frantically, Dongfang Yuan's expression remained calm, with a slight smile on his lips. Seeing Dongfang Yuan's smile, Feng Mobai, who was originally restless, suppressed the agitation in his heart. Inside Dongfang Yuan's body, a powerful aura of the Heavenly Venerable Realm's 5th level, Heaven Grade, emanated. This overwhelming aura surged like a tsunami in the sky, affecting Qian Jucho, Qian Jia's ancestor, and Feng Mobai, who were in the sky. They felt as if their souls were soaring, directly confronted by this aura, and dared not make any movements. Compared to Qian Jucho and Qian Jia's ancestors' ecstatic joy, Feng Mobai's face was filled with shock and turned as pale as paper, devoid of any trace of color. Sword Dragon Ming. Dongfang Yuan formed 2 fingers into a sword, mobilizing the power within his body, and slashed out 2 blood-colored sword lights towards the direction the 2 of them were fleeing. The sword chi transformed into 2 bloodthirsty dragons, opening their blood-filled mouths, containing immense power, and devouring towards the 2 of them. Roar! The speed of the bloodthirsty dragons tore through the sky, far surpassing Zhang Beisheng and Shen Ning. Feng Mobai and Qian Jucho witnessed Shen Ning only turning his head to see if Dongfang Yuan had caught up. But what they saw was the bloodthirsty dragon right in front of them, swallowing towards him. No! With a hiss, Shen Ning's terrified face let out a cry of unwillingness, but in the next moment, the bloodthirsty dragon's mouth swallowed his entire figure. Boom! Immediately after devouring him, the bloodthirsty dragon's power exploded, violently crashing. Like a blood star exploding, blood rain scattered and blood mist filled the air. For a moment, no one could distinguish whether it was Dongfang Yuan's power or Shen Ning's blood. All they knew was that Shen Ning was dead. Completely dead, even worse than Yuan Tianzong. Boom! At the same time, in another part of the sky, there was also an explosion, blood dripping and blood mist filling the air. The figures of the two of them, like fireworks, were devoured by the bloodthirsty dragon, igniting the fuse, and their souls and flesh completely bloomed, displaying a scene of bloody art. At this moment, Feng Mobai completely lost his composure. Zhang Beisheng and Shen Ning had escaped so far, but they couldn't escape Dongfang Yuan's clutches. At this moment, he had no idea what to do. And on the battlefield below, after the deaths of Zhang Beisheng and Shen Ning, the three major forces were completely defeated, and the hearts of the people were in chaos. The disciples of the Qian family and the Heavenly Evolution dynasty were killed, abandoning their armor and fleeing in madness. For a while, disciples of the three major forces fell like rain, losing their morale and their backbone. Coupled with the pressure emanating from Dongfang Yuan, the Heavenly Venerable Realm's fifth level, so powerful that it brought despair, no one wanted to fight to the death, but only wanted to escape and survive. Quick, run away, run, run quickly. At this moment, the disciples of Evil Moon Palace and the disciples of the Burning Sky Island were all fleeing in panic, their faces filled with horror and no trace of fighting spirit. Figures continued to escape towards the outskirts of the Qian family mansion. Chase them! The Qian family and the experts from the Heavenly Evolution dynasty naturally couldn't let them go so easily. They immediately pursued them. The entire battlefield, centered around the Qian family mansion, quickly spread out in all directions, spreading across the streets of Tianlin City. The Qian family and the Heavenly Evolution dynasty, like merciless reapers of death, ruthlessly slaughtered the disciples of the three major forces, seizing and killing them wantonly. Qian Juqiu, the Qian family patriarch, Tai Poyan, and Tianyu Wang, these four Heavenly Venerable Realm experts, did not continue to stand in the sky. Instead, they each led their teams to launch the bloodiest massacre against the remnants of the three major forces. The Heavenly Venerable Law manifestations of the four individuals were hundreds of feet tall, directly blocking the ends of the streets, cutting off any hope of escape for the disciples of the three major forces. Ah! Swoosh swoosh swoosh! Boom boom boom! One after another, spiritual attacks rained down, and the disciples of the three major forces died in batches, their bodies lying on the streets. Many houses on the streets of Tianlin City were also affected, collapsing one after another. At the same time, those ruins buried the bloodied bodies of many disciples from the three major forces. The entire Tianlin City had completely become a purgatory on earth, a large-scale intense battle that filled the air with a strong smell of blood, spreading to every corner of the city. The people of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty, especially the Divine Execution Guards, the Golden Armor Guards, and the Shadow Guards, all displayed extremely formidable combat power, killing more than half of the people from Evil Moon Palace and the Burning Sky Island. Their ferocity was terrifying, and their ruthlessness was even more chilling. They seemed to have no emotions at all, only obeying Dongfang Yuan's orders, wantonly slaughtering countless disciples of the three major forces. Their expressions remained unchanged. At this moment, Qian Shinru stood on the square of the Qian family. Her surroundings were filled with corpses, but most of them were the bodies of disciples from the three major forces. She was unharmed, guarded closely by two shadow guards who never left her side, helping her kill at least thousands of disciples from the three major forces. Qian Shinru also felt a sense of peace for the first time. With the two shadow guards protecting her, she experienced a sense of security she had never felt before. Her gaze couldn't help but look towards the imposing figure standing in the sky. What kind of person is he? How did he manage to control so many mysterious assassins? Qian Shinru was very curious. These shadow guards, as well as the Divine Execution Guards and the Golden Armor Guards, how did Dongfang Yuan cultivate them? Their abilities were so special, and they were truly killing machines, treating human lives as insignificant. From their eyes, Qian Shinru could only sense their absolute loyalty to Dongfang Yuan. At the same time, in the sky, Dongfang Yuan killed Shen Ningfa and Zhang Beisheng, and finally his gaze fell on Feng Mobai. Feng clan leader, now it's your turn, Dongfang Yuan said with a faint smile. Then, his hand slowly reached out. Wait, Yuan Huang. My Xuanqing Mountain and your Heavenly Evolution dynasty had no grievances in the past and no enmity in recent days. I have never offended your Heavenly Evolution dynasty, Feng Mobai pleaded in fear. And the force that killed your father. It was the Blood Shadow Tower, not me. You can't kill me. I am innocent. Under Dongfang Yuan's gaze, Feng Mobai's legs went weak with fear. In the face of death, he no longer had the demeanor of a mountain lord. At this moment, his face was filled with extreme fear as he begged Dongfang Yuan for mercy. Dongfang Yuan smiled wickedly, but you joined forces with Evil Moon Palace and planned to destroy the Qian family before joining forces against my Tianyan. Is that still considered innocent? No. Yuan Huang, you've misunderstood. I deceived them. From beginning to end, I never thought of being enemies with the Heavenly Evolution dynasty, Feng Mobai hurriedly explained. Dongfang Yuan calmly smiled, it doesn't matter. No matter what, you still have to die. I have one flaw as a person. That is, I like to be prepared for the worst. As long as there is something that poses a threat to me, I will definitely make preparations in advance. After speaking, a condensed energy body had already formed on Dongfang Yuan's palm. Feng Mobai's face turned pale, and he panicked, not knowing which way to go. Suddenly, his gaze fell on the dead centipede, who was still watching the situation from the side of the tea house. Wait, Yuan Huang, I have important information. That person, it's that blind scholar, he is the #1 assassin of the Blood Shadow Tower, dead centipede. Feng Mobai's face was filled with panic and urgency as he shouted loudly. The dead centipede, who had been focused on the battlefield, had a serious expression on his face. He had been paying attention to the battle between the two. He wanted to see if there was a chance to obtain the Sun and Moon keys in the end. But at this moment, he was sitting by the window, and suddenly he was called by Feng Mobai. He was stunned on the spot. In an instant, after he reacted, his figure disappeared directly above the tea house. He turned into a white light and hurriedly fled into the distance. Feng Mobai, I curse your ancestors. While escaping, the dead centipede couldn't help but angrily curse at Feng Mobai. He was truly dumbfounded. Originally, he was just a bystander, wanting to watch the show. But now, after being called by Feng Mobai, he had unexpectedly become the protagonist. It's hard to describe how messed up he felt inside. If words could kill, Feng Mobai would probably have been sprayed to death in the dead centipede's heart. Dead centipede. Upon hearing Feng Mobai's shout, Tai Poyan, Tianyu Wang, and Qian Jucho, who were all Heavenly Venerable Realm experts, also had their attention drawn over. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan remained calm and composed. His gaze shifted and locked onto the flowing figure of the dead centipede. His speed was fast, and his concealment technique was also extremely advanced. He frequently appeared as false images in the sky, trying to disturb Dongfang Yuan's line of sight. But unfortunately, at the moment when his spirit snake was crushed by Dongfang Yuan, his presence had already been locked onto by Dongfang Yuan. The reason why Dongfang Yuan hadn't taken action against him earlier was because he was confident that the dead centipede couldn't escape. But now that Feng Mobai had shouted like this, he could only deal with him first. Dongfang Yuan shot out a beam of finger light. Like a shooting star, it flew straight towards the true body of the dead centipede. Faster than lightning, in the blink of an eye, it flew dozens of miles away, instantly approaching the back of the dead centipede. How is this possible? While fleeing, the dead centipede suddenly felt a chill behind him. He turned his head and instantly his face became filled with horror. He couldn't understand how Dongfang Yuan could find his true body in such a short amount of time. But before he could even ponder this question, the power of the finger light directly blasted onto his body. The dead centipede also activated all his strength to defend himself. But Dongfang Yuan's power was far superior to his, completely overwhelming him. Boom! That power exploded directly, and a nearby hill was hit by the shockwave, completely destroyed and turned into flat ground. As for the dead centipede, he didn't even have a chance to scream in agony. He was directly hit by the explosion, and his flesh, blood, and soul disappeared from the world along with that explosion. The leader of the prestigious Blood Shadow Tower's top assassin, the Dead Centipede, was annihilated in the wilderness with just one strike from Dongfang Yuan. Ah, don't kill me, Yuan Huang. As long as you spare my life, I can tell you a secret that will greatly benefit the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. At this moment, just as the Dead Centipede died, the figure of Feng Mobai, who had originally wanted to take the opportunity to escape, suddenly froze. The next moment, Dongfang Yuan appeared before him, and Feng Mobai immediately shouted in rage. But Dongfang Yuan remained indifferent. Why go through so much trouble? Just perform a soul search. As soon as he finished speaking, Dongfang Yuan's hand directly covered Feng Mobai's heavenly spirit, and a powerful force invaded Feng Mobai's body. Immediately after, Feng Mobai's soul seemed to be split in half, and a large hand dug out everything deep within his soul. The intense pain caused him to emit a heart-wrenching cry in the sky. After Dongfang Yuan's power invaded, it didn't take long for the soul search to be completed. After learning about Feng Mobai's memories, Dongfang Yuan's eyes showed a different color. The Sun and Moon Treasure. Haha, interesting. Boom. Feng Mobai's body was directly blasted in the sky by Dongfang Yuan's palm, and his spatial ring fell into Dongfang Yuan's hands. Everyone from the three major forces, leave none alive. Afterwards, Dongfang Yuan gave the order, not allowing any of the remaining soldiers to survive. Yes, Tianyu Wang, Tai Poyan, and others, as well as the Zan Shenwei, directly surrounded and intercepted the remaining hundreds of disciples, completely killing them. After less than the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, the entire battlefield came to a complete end. And in this battle, Dongfang Yuan's name will surely become famous throughout the Northern Domain. Speaking of this battle alone, there were already 5 Heavenly Venerable Realm experts who died tragically at the hands of Dongfang Yuan. One person slaughtering 5 Heavenly Venerable Realm experts, this achievement is extremely explosive in the entire Northern Domain. After the battle in Tianlin City ended, the disciples of the Qian family and the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty were also ordered to clean up the streets. At this time, Dongfang Yuan stood on the flying ship with his arms crossed, looking at the ruins below. Tianyu Wang, Tai Poyan, and the Qian family patriarch and Qian Jucho flew over one after another. Yuan Huang, this time, thank you for leading the troops to help. I didn't expect Yuan Huang's strength to be so strong. It seems that people in the past underestimated you. Qian Jucho and the Qian family patriarch stood beside Dongfang Yuan, expressing their gratitude respectfully. They didn't dare to be the slightest bit arrogant. Joking aside, based on the strength Dongfang Yuan displayed today, even experts at the 5th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm would find it difficult to surpass him. The entire Heavenly Evolution Dynasty can now be called the #1 force in the Northern Domain, second only to the dominant forces. Even the Lord of the Blood Shadow Tower, Guan Ziyun, would have to detour when he sees him. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan's expression was still somewhat serious. He said, Qian family, don't worry. I hope you won't forget the conditions you agreed to. Ha ha ha, Yuan Huang, rest assured. My daughter can return to the palace with Yuan Huang at any time. From today onwards, the Qian family and the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty will be allies for generations to come. Qian Jucho couldn't be happier. Dongfang Yuan, at such a young age, had already reached the 5th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. His talent was beyond words. In the history of the Northern Domain, no one had broken through to the Heavenly Venerable Realm at the age of 20. Dongfang Yuan was undoubtedly the #1 person. He overturned a record of the Northern Domain's monstrous realm. Once news of today's battle spreads, Dongfang Yuan's reputation will reach an unprecedented peak. A Heavenly Venerable Realm expert at the age of 20, even the strong experts of those dominant forces would be unable to sit still. The battle here has ended. But the grudges between us and the Evil Moon Palace and other forces are not over yet. Qian family patriarch, if you don't uproot the grass, it will grow again in the future. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan suddenly said. Qian Jucho immediately nodded when he heard Dongfang Yuan's words and said, Rest assured, Your Majesty, I know what to do. In that case, Xuanqingshan will be entrusted to you. King Tianyu, Marshal Tijun, each of you lead 10 Law Manifestation Realm experts and go to Evil Moon Palace and Fenshin Island. Uproot the foundations of these two forces. Leave no one alive. Dongfang Yuan immediately gave the order. Now that the heavenly venerable realm of Fenshin Island and Evil Moon Palace is dead, the elite forces have all perished here. The only ones left within the forces are some elders and disciples with average combat power. With King Tianyu and Marshal Tijun personally leading the way, there should be no unexpected incidents when dealing with those people. Yes, King Tianyu and Iron Poyan immediately responded. Elder, I also ask you to personally go to Xuanqingshan and completely eliminate them. Qian Jucho looked at the Qian family's ancestor and said. All right, leave it to me. The Qian family's ancestor said. The result of the Qian family's battle in Tianline City spread within less than a day. The entire northern domain knew about it, and everyone was shocked. No one expected that the Heavenly Evolution dynasty would support the Qian family in the end, and that the result would turn out like this. I didn't expect the hidden strength of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty to be so terrifying. Over 30 Law Manifestation Realm experts. And there are also 12 Peak Law Manifestation Realm assassins, killing without mercy, truly a slaughter machine. How did the Heavenly Evolution dynasty suddenly acquire these experts? Those over 30 Law Manifestation Realm experts are indeed surprising, but what is even more shocking is the current emperor of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty, Dongfang Yuan. At just over 20 years old, he has reached the cultivation level of the 5th stage of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. In the Battle of Tianline City, he directly killed 5 Heavenly Venerable Realm experts, an amazing record. Such talent, in the history of the entire Northern Domain, is an extraordinary existence. I have never heard of anyone breaking through to the Heavenly Venerable Realm in their 20s. Truly a monstrous genius. Many forces in the entire Northern Domain were shocked by the news of the Qian family's battle in Tianline City, and their attention was focused on the Heavenly Evolution dynasty. But before they could fully digest this news, something big happened in the Northern Domain. The gates of Xuanqingshan, Evil Moon Palace, and Fenshin Island, the 3 major forces, were destroyed by the 3 Heavenly Venerable Realm experts from the Qian family and the Heavenly Evolution dynasty. All the remaining disciples and elders of the 3 major forces were unable to escape and were all killed within their own sects. At this point, Fenshin Island, Evil Moon Palace, and Xuanqingshan, the top forces in the Northern Domain, were completely wiped out and became a speck of dust in the history of the Northern Domain. The destruction of the 3 top forces caused a great uproar in the Northern Domain. Coupled with the exposure of the hidden strength of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty in the Battle of Tianline City, especially Dongfang Yuan's monstrous talent, the dominant forces in the Northern Domain began to shift their focus to the Heavenly Evolution dynasty. The fact that a force could hide so deeply, although Dongfang Yuan is only at the 5th stage of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, for those dominant forces, this is a signal. The fact that the Heavenly Evolution dynasty has such a profound background and has been hiding for so long indicates that they are not simple. Fengyan sect. At this moment, in the main hall of Fengyan sect, the sect master Wanren Wang, vice sect master Han Zhao, and some high-ranking elders of Fengyan sect were all seated in the main hall. What do you think of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty? Wanren Wang asked. Sect master, I always feel that there is something strange about this matter. If the Heavenly Evolution dynasty has such a profound background, how could the previous emperor of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty be framed to death by the Blood Shadow Tower? This is unacceptable, an elder from the Fengyan sect said with some confusion. Elder Lu is right, this is indeed incomprehensible. But I don't know if you have noticed a detail. That is the strength of Dongfang Yuan, it's a bit too monstrous, isn't it? A son's cultivation is higher than his father's, and it's ridiculously high. So I think the problem with the Heavenly Evolution dynasty is not with the Heavenly Evolution dynasty itself, but with Dongfang Yuan. I don't believe that the Northern Domain can give birth to such a monster, if it's true. Then, he is very likely not from the Northern Domain. At this time, an old man sitting on the left side of the crowd analyzed objectively and calmly. This person's name is Gao Shu, the second elder of the Fengyan sect, a powerful cultivator at the 8th heaven grade of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. Second elder, what do you mean? This Dongfang Yuan may be the reincarnation of a peerless powerhouse, or he may be a vessel for possession. The sect master Wan Renwang asked. It's very possible. The second elder firmly stated his speculation. If that's the case, then the Heavenly Evolution dynasty should not be underestimated. Wan Renwang's expression gradually changed. If Dongfang Yuan is really the reincarnation of a powerful being, then his growth speed must be extremely fast. If he can be befriended, it would naturally be advantageous. But if they become enemies, then things will be troublesome. They must eliminate him before he fully grows. Sect Master, actually we don't need to worry so much at the moment, Vice Sect Master Han Zhao suddenly said. What do you mean? Wan Renwang asked. For now, Dongfang Yuan's cultivation is only at the fifth heaven of the heavenly venerable realm, and he poses no threat to us. Moreover, he killed the personal disciple of the third elder, and a few days ago, there was a fluctuation of aura coming from the back mountain. I sensed it, and it was the successful breakthrough of the third elder. It's only a matter of a few days before the third elder comes out of seclusion. After the third elder comes out, he will definitely go to the Heavenly Evolution dynasty to avenge his disciple. And with the third elder's strength, he should have more than enough to deal with Dongfang Yuan, Han Zhao said calmly. Wan Renwang also remembered at this time. The third elder of their Fengyan sect had taken in Dongfang Xin, the pride of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty, as his disciple. He is Dongfang Yuan's younger brother. And Dongfang Xin had already been cruelly killed by Dongfang Yuan, even his supreme bone was dug out. The third elder, who was in seclusion, was still unaware of this. When he comes out of seclusion and learns that his disciple has been killed, he will definitely go to the Heavenly Evolution dynasty to settle the score with Dongfang Yuan. At that time, if the Heavenly Evolution dynasty dares to resist, their Fengyan sect is well known and can directly gather their forces to destroy them. Alright, since that's the case, let the third elder handle the matter. Now that Dongfang Yuan has already had a conflict with us, we can no longer keep him. Wan Renwang immediately made a decision. Since there is already resentment, he can no longer be kept. Qian family. After several days of cleaning, all the bodies in Tianlin City have been washed away, and the Qian family's mansion, those broken houses, have also been restored by the Qian family's law manifestation realm experts in a short period of time. After the end of the Great Battle, Tianlin City has returned to its original state, and the people in the city have become lively again. Because Dongfang Yuan is still staying at the Qian family, the people in Tianlin City have increased by more than double compared to before. A large part of the people who came to Tianlin City wanted to witness the current legend, the #1 monster in the northern domain, Yuan Huang's style. However, they were all kept outside the Qian family's mansion, and even if people from other top forces wanted to visit, Dongfang Yuan did not see them. Attention! Congratulations to the host. Heavenly Evolution Dynasty has occupied the original territories of Evil Moon Palace and Burning Heaven Island. Heavenly Evolution Dynasty's prestige has increased by 1,000 points, and the current prestige is 2820. The reward gift package has been sent, and a gift package for achieving 2,000 prestige has been sent. In a room, Dongfang Yuan received the system's upgrade sound. After Tai Poyan and Tianyu Wang destroyed Evil Moon Palace and Burning Heaven Island, they immediately dispatched the experts of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty to occupy all the territories and cities under their command. And his Heavenly Evolution Dynasty's prestige also rose accordingly. System, open the reward gift package and achievement gift package. Dongfang Yuan didn't hesitate at all and immediately opened these gift packages. Attention! Congratulations to the host for obtaining a cultivation of 30,000 years x1, Divine Guard x6, Arrow God x1, and Demon Lord Chonglo x1. Hiss! Dongfang Yuan's heart suddenly rejoiced. Demon Lord Chonglo. Wow, now I have both of my favorite characters. Suddenly, two figures appeared in his house. One person was a middle-aged man, carrying a flaming bow on his back, with a sharp gaze like a sword. His eyes seemed to be able to penetrate all things in the world. He stood straight, exuding an imposing aura. The other person was dressed in black, tall and slender, with two sharp horns on top of his head, long hair flowing behind him. He had a somewhat unruly appearance, but exuded a sense of majesty. And this person was surrounded by a strong demonic aura. Arrow God pays respects to your majesty. Chonglo pays respects to your majesty. Both of them immediately knelt on one knee and saluted Dongfang Yuan. You don't need to be so polite. Please, get up quickly. Dongfang Yuan immediately said. After the two stood up, Dongfang Yuan also checked their attribute panels. Name: Arrow God. Treasure: Flaming Bow. Talent: Immeasurable. Physique: Heavenly Arrow Sacred Body. Destiny Luck Value: 89. Cultivation Realm: Heavenly Venerable Realm, 6th Heaven. Dash 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 dash. Name: Chonglo. Treasure: Spatial Wrist Demon Blade. Talent: Immeasurable. Physique: Heavenly Demon Divine Body. Luck Value: 98. Cultivation Realm: Heavenly Venerable Realm, 9th Heaven. After checking the information panels of the two individuals, Dongfang Yuan was both shocked and delighted. No wonder he is the Demon Lord, an existence on par with the war god Feipeng. At the peak of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, the strength of my Heavenly Evolution dynasty has grown even stronger. Dongfang Yuan rejoiced inwardly. Now, with himself included, the Heavenly Evolution dynasty already had 3 peak Heavenly Venerable Realm experts. With such strength, even the dominant forces in the northern domain would have little to fear. Both of you, hide your cultivation for now. Do not reveal it yet, Dongfang Yuan instructed. Yes, the Demon Lord Chonglo and the Arrow God also concealed their cultivation. Now, in the eyes of outsiders, they appeared to be ordinary mortals without any spiritual power. Then, 6 divine execution guards appeared in the room. Just like the ones summoned before, all 6 of them had reached the peak of the law manifestation realm in their cultivation. System: Can I only use this cultivation of 30,000 years for myself? Dongfang Yuan asked thoughtfully. System: Host: The cultivation you have obtained can be allocated to yourself or to the characters summoned through the system. The authority lies in your hands, host. Upon hearing the system's response, Dongfang Yuan immediately made a decision. Alright, use 10,000 years of cultivation to enhance myself. Then, select 5 shadow guards, 5 golden armor guards, and 5 dragon slaying guards. Distribute the remaining 20,000 years of cultivation equally among them. System: Order received. System: Distribution in progress. The voice of the system echoed in Dongfang Yuan's mind. At the same time, the bottleneck of his cultivation began to loosen, and his aura rapidly soared. System: 30,000 years of cultivation has been allocated. System: The host has reached the cultivation of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, 7th Heaven. As for the 15 personal guards who were promoted, their cultivation realms have all reached the Heavenly Venerable Realm, 3rd Heaven. Dongfang Yuan examined his body and felt a significant increase in his aura. Among the 6 divine execution guards beside him, 5 of them had already reached the cultivation realm of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, 3rd Heaven. Fortunately, they were all concealing their aura, so they had not been exposed. The method of distributing cultivation chosen by the system was to first select the personal guards who were closer to Dongfang Yuan. The shadow guards and golden armor guards who were staying at the Qian family's place also received promotions. Dongfang Yuan could accept the promotion of the personal guards, but he couldn't understand his own cultivation. System: What's going on with me? With 10,000 years of cultivation, I only broke through 2 small realms. Are you sure you didn't secretly take some for yourself? Dongfang Yuan asked suspiciously. This was too unbelievable. With 10,000 years of cultivation, only advancing by 2 small realms. He couldn't believe that the system hadn't swallowed it, let alone anyone else. System: Host: This system is built on fairness, justice, and reliability. Its reputation can be guaranteed by its integrity. It is impossible for the system to secretly take away the host's cultivation. System: The main reason for the slow breakthrough of the host's cultivation realm is the cultivation technique you have been practicing. System: The cultivation bestowed by the system is injected into the host's body in the form of spiritual power. The primordial chaos divine art that you have been cultivating is indeed one of the supreme techniques in the universe. System: However, you have only cultivated a part of the technique. Although this technique allows you to continuously kill opponents of several levels higher, its side effect is to limit the speed of your breakthrough in cultivation. System: Especially after reaching the Heavenly Venerable Realm, 5th Heaven, and mastering this technique to a certain level, the accumulation of spiritual power in your chi will be dozens or even hundreds of times that of the same realm. System. As a result, the amount of spiritual power required for you to break through in cultivation will be dozens or even hundreds of times that of the same realm. System. Does this explanation make it clear to the host? According to what you're saying, although this primordial chaos divine art has helped me increase the upper limit of my strength against enemies at the same level, it has also limited the speed of my cultivation. Is that what you mean? Dongfang Yuan's eye twitched as he asked. System. Yes. You've got to be kidding me. Which good system would give me a cultivation technique that's so frustrating? It actually restricts the speed of my breakthroughs. If you had told me earlier that it would be like this, I would rather not cultivate this technique. Dongfang Yuan was so angry that he almost jumped up. So, it was because of this technique that swallowed his 10,000 years of cultivation. System. Host, please calm down. We can discuss anything you want. System. The technique you are currently cultivating does indeed have side effects, but the main reason is that the technique you are cultivating is incomplete. System. As long as the host cultivates the complete primordial chaos divine art, the side effects will disappear on their own. Dongfang Yuan's heart became very calm, but he remained silent. System. Host, are you listening? Nonsense. Then give it to me. Dongfang Yuan roared inwardly. System. The complete primordial chaos divine art can be obtained by the host through opening the air package and prestige value package. Dongfang Yuan felt extremely depressed at this moment. After calming his mood a little, he took a deep breath. Forget it. At the 7th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, I am already invincible in the Northern Domain. Let's talk about this technique later. Dongfang Yuan thought for a moment. Now that the 3 major forces had been destroyed and the Blood Shadow Tower's dead centipede was dead, he might as well go all out and destroy the Blood Shadow Tower's lair and their hidden bases. Arrow God, listen up, Dongfang Yuan immediately said. Here, Arrow God respectfully replied. Arrow God, you will go to the Northern Domain's Paluo land, which is the Blood Shadow Tower's lair. You will lead 6 divine execution guards to completely uproot the entire Blood Shadow Tower's lair. Remember, leave no one alive. Dongfang Yuan ordered. Yes, Your Majesty. Arrow God and the 6 divine execution guards immediately set off for Paluo land. He had already familiarized himself with the Blood Shadow Tower's headquarters and major hidden bases through Shubai. And considering the time, Shubai should have already taken action. With a thought from Dongfang Yuan, 2 shadows at the 3rd level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm appeared in the room. Your Majesty, Dongfang Yuan looked at the 2 of them and immediately said, inform Tianyu Wang and Tai Poyan. Tell them not to return to the Qian family, but to go directly to the Blood Shadow Tower's hidden bases and completely eliminate them. In addition, the 4 of you should also act together and annihilate all the branches of the Blood Shadow Tower. Move immediately. Yes, Your Majesty. Immediately, the shadows disappeared from the room. After they left, Dongfang Yuan looked at Chonglo with admiration in his eyes. Mozun, for now, you stay here. After the Blood Shadow Tower is destroyed, you will come back to the palace with me. I will introduce you to an old friend whom you are familiar with. Trust me, after meeting him, you will be pleasantly surprised. Yes, Your Majesty, Chonglo nodded. In the sky not far from Tianlin City, Tai Poyan and Tianyu Wang led the strong members of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty on a flying ship, heading towards the Qian family. On the deck, after receiving a message, Tianyu Wang suddenly received a transmission. His face changed and he immediately shouted, Stop! Turn around quickly! What's wrong? Iron Poyan asked beside him. The Emperor wants to attack the Blood Shadow Tower. We have already sent people to the headquarters of the Blood Shadow Tower. The Shadow Guards have sent messages, asking us to go to the major secret bases of the Blood Shadow Tower and destroy them one by one. We cannot leave a single survivor. King Tianyu said solemnly. Great, we can finally help the late Emperor seek revenge. The entire army, turn around immediately. Iron Poyan said excitedly. Immediately, above the sky, the airships of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty changed their course one after another and headed towards the distance. Blood Shadow Tower headquarters. At this moment, inside the underground palace of the Blood Shadow Tower headquarters, in a loft, Guan Ziyun and Nanman Yu's faces were gloomy to the point of dripping water. Their expressions were extremely serious. Obviously, they had also received news of the battle in Tianlin City, including the destruction of the three major forces, the annexation of the territory of the Burning Heaven Island and the Evil Moon Palace by the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. The most crucial point was Dongfang Yuan's unexpected cultivation level and the death of the dead centipede. How did he cultivate to such a level? A waste like him actually reached the 5th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, surpassing all of us. And the true strength of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, there are as many as 30 Law Manifestation Realm experts, even more than us. If we had known about their strength, how could we have cooperated with the Great Dream Dynasty? Guan Ziyun regretfully expressed his worries. If he had known that Dongfang Yuan was so strong and that the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty was hiding so deeply, he would never have agreed to Xiao Tianding's conditions. Unfortunately, there is no regret medicine in this world. Some grudges, once formed, can never be resolved. Master, we have always overlooked Dongfang Yuan, which led to the current situation. Dongfang Yuan's cultivation level reaching the 5th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm all at once, I think it should not be a coincidence. Nanman Yu frowned and said, "You mean, he is a reincarnation or a body snatcher of some old monster?" Guan Ziyun speculated. There is a high possibility. Otherwise, among the younger generation of the entire northern domain, even the most outstanding divine bodies are only at the Law Manifestation Realm. And this person, before the age of 30, has stepped into the 5th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. I don't believe that his identity is not strange at all, Nanman Yu said firmly. But no matter what his previous identity was, now the grudge between our two sides has already been formed. And he even killed the dead centipede. We can no longer settle the score with the Heavenly Tower. Now we are in a dilemma. What should we do? Guan Ziyun anxiously thought in place with a worried expression, while Nanman Yu also furrowed his brows in deep in thought, touching his chin. Just then, a figure suddenly rushed in, looking flustered and breaking their train of thought. Not good. Master, something big has happened. What's wrong again? Seeing the person rushing in, and with Guan Ziyun's mind already in a particularly irritable state, there was a hint of annoyance in his tone. It's young master. Young master, he. As soon as Guan Ziyun heard that it was his own son, his face immediately showed concern. What happened to Xingyu? Just say it. Young master, his kuner is gone. The disciple said in a panic. What did you say? Guan Ziyun and Nanman Yu's faces changed in shock when they heard this. At this moment, Guan Ziyun and Nanman Yu immediately entered the house where Guan Xingyu was located. As soon as they entered, the first thing they saw was bloodstained pants and a blurred image of the original Shaokan. His eyes had been gouged out, and he lay on the bed with severe injuries, barely clinging to life. Xingyu. Ziyun saw this scene and almost lost control of his emotions. His eyes were bloodshot, and he stood by the bed, looking at the miserable state of Guan Xingyu. His hands trembled involuntarily. Nanman Yu's face also changed. The person who attacked was too ruthless. Not only did they gouge out Guan Xingyu's eyes, but they also severed his vital parts. This made him unable to be a man anymore. It was cruel to the point of being outrageous. Xingyu, can you hear me? Who did this to you? Nanman Yu approached Guan Xingyu and asked. Guan Xingyu weakly opened his mouth, but his speech was unclear. Nanman Yu and Guan Ziyun immediately lowered themselves to finally hear fragments of Guan Xingyu's words. It's Shu Bai. He is a traitor. Guan Xingyu said these words as if he had exhausted all his strength. Because of the intense pain from his injuries and the loss of his cultivation, he passed out. Xingyu. Guan Ziyun anxiously shouted and immediately fed him a healing pill to save Guan Xingyu's life. At this moment, Nanman Yu's expression changed again and again, as if he had thought of something terrifying. His face showed a look of deep fear. Meanwhile, Guan Ziyun, looking at his son's miserable state, angrily roared, Shu Bai. You have the audacity to betray the Blood Shadow Tower and harm my son. I will tear you apart and dismember your body. Guan Ziyun's eyes were terrifying, and his expression seemed as if he wanted to devour someone. With a grimace full of hatred, he did not expect Shu Bai, as a gold-ranked assassin of his Blood Shadow Tower, to betray them. And now, after severely injuring Guan Xingyu, he had probably already fled and dared not stay any longer. Menu, you must leave immediately and hunt down Shubai for me. I must capture him alive and personally turn him into a human stick, into minced meat. Guan Ziyun's expression approached madness as he immediately shouted orders at Nanman Yu. But at this moment, Nanman Yu did not agree. Instead, he spoke with a serious expression, Master, calm down first. If Shubai is indeed a traitor, then he must have been captured by Dongfang Yuan after the failed assassination at the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. As a high-ranking member of the Blood Shadow Tower, Shubai knows many secrets within the organization, including hidden bases, branches, and even the headquarters location. He must have revealed everything to Dongfang Yuan. At this point, the headquarters is no longer safe. Master, we need to evacuate immediately. After carefully considering the situation, Nanman Yu hurriedly advised. No, you go and hunt down Shubai for me. While he hasn't run too far, go after him immediately. Xingyu's injuries cannot be delayed any longer. I must heal him immediately to save his life. The location of the main camp, even if they knew it, wouldn't make a difference at this moment. Dongfang Yuan is still within the Qian family. As long as he doesn't come, we don't need to hurry to leave. Guan Ziyun is currently anxious due to his strong desire to protect his son, and he cannot remain calm. Moreover, for him, the only threat from the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty is Dongfang Yuan. As long as he doesn't come, they don't need to hurry to relocate. Furthermore, there are many scouts from various forces in Tianlin City now. As soon as Dongfang Yuan leaves Opening Heaven City, he will know it immediately. At that time, it won't be too late for them to relocate. What he is most eager to do now is to capture Shubai and dismember him to avenge Guan Xingyu. Nanman Yu is standing in place with a furrowed brow. His perspective is completely different from Guan Ziyun's. Although Dongfang Yuan hasn't come, Shubai has chosen to expose himself and severely injure Guan Xingyu. That means the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty is likely already on their way here. And they have no idea about the strength of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. If they have a powerhouse above the Heavenly Venerable Realm 5th Heaven, once he arrives here, they will all be completely doomed. Nanman Yu is worried about this, but he also understands what kind of person Guan Ziyun is. He values his son more than his own life. Even if he tells him now, he probably won't listen. What are you still standing there for? Why aren't you going to chase? At this moment, seeing Nanman Yu still standing in place, Guan Ziyun shouts even louder. Nanman Yu glances at him and nods, okay. The next moment, Nanman Yu leaves the attic. And Guan Ziyun immediately starts helping Guan Xingyu heal his injuries. After Nanman Yu leaves the room, he doesn't choose to chase and kill Shubai. Instead, he returns to his own room and gathers 5 Law Manifestation Realm elite killers. All 5 of them are his trusted subordinates. Deputy Floor Master, why did you summon us? Is there something going on? One of the killers asks. Shubai has betrayed us and severely injured the young master. Now, the powerhouses of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty are likely on their way to headquarters. I advised the floor master to organize people to leave, but he insisted on treating the young master's injuries. No one can persuade him. I'm asking you, do you intend to follow me and save your lives together? Or stay here and die with them? Nanman Yu is straightforward at this moment, clearly indicating that he no longer intends to obey Guan Ziyun's orders. They are now facing a great calamity, and he has already tried to persuade Guan Ziyun. But Guan Ziyun didn't listen and didn't believe him. In that case, he has no choice but to protect himself first. After all, it's difficult to persuade a stubborn person. His life is probably doomed as well. Upon hearing this, the 5 killers are all shocked. They never expected Shubai to betray them. And now, the strength of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty is evident. They destroyed the Evil Moon Palace and the Burning Sky Island, so it's not impossible for them to destroy their Blood Shadow Tower next. Soon, the 5 of them make their decision. Vice Leader, we're going with you. The 5 gold medal assassins made a quick decision and chose to leave with Nanman Yu. Good, we shouldn't delay, let's leave immediately. Nanman Yu quickly packed up with the 5 gold medal assassins and left the headquarters of the Blood Shadow Tower. At present, Guan Ziyun is still completely unaware of Nanman Yu's escape. Half a day later, Guan Ziyun was still inside the house, treating Guan Xingyu's injuries, when suddenly, a gold medal assassin rushed in. Leader, something's not right. The vice leader, Zhou Qing, Bai Zi, and the others suddenly disappeared. They are not inside the headquarters and we can't contact them at all. Hearing the panicked words of the assassin, Guan Ziyun broke out in a cold sweat, and his spiritual power was somewhat weakened. It's fine, the vice leader took them to chase and kill Shu Bai. It was my order, you can go now. But, why were all their belongings packed up and taken away from their houses? The assassin asked in confusion. Upon hearing this, Guan Ziyun's whole body trembled, his body suddenly shook, and his pupils contracted sharply. What did you say? Their belongings in their houses are gone. Yes. Whether it's the vice leader or Zhou Qing and the others, all the belongings in their houses have disappeared, and half of the treasures in the treasury are also missing, the assassin said with great confusion. At this moment, Guan Ziyun finally understood the seriousness of the situation. Nanmin you dare to betray me too. Guan Ziyun finished the spiritual power treatment, his face twisted with a ferocious expression, and anger consumed his entire brain like a volcanic eruption. Boom! Suddenly, a loud explosion made everyone in the Blood Shadow Tower tremble. The entire underground palace shook violently, as if there was an earthquake. What's going on again? Guan Ziyun's face suddenly changed, wondering how these situations kept happening. Leader, something's not right. It's the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. Powerful individuals from the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty are attacking. All the retreat passages of the headquarters have been destroyed by them, and now they have already entered the underground palace through the entrance. A killer ran in, his face panicked and at a loss. What? Guan Ziyun was shocked to the core, but then he thought, no. Dongfang Yuan is still at the Qian family. How could the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty have powerful individuals attacking our Blood Shadow Tower? Leader, the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty still has hidden powerful individuals. Those Dongfang Yuan guards wearing golden armor, several of them are at the Heavenly Venerable Realm, and there's even one with arrows. He shot 3 arrows in a row, directly collapsing our 3 escape routes, the assassin who ran in hastily said. Boom! Another loud noise. Not far from the underground palace, Guan Ziyun could even hear the explosions mixed with cries of pain. Leader, we need to leave quickly. While they still don't know our location, let's leave here as soon as possible. The gold medal assassin also had a pale face as he spoke. Guan Ziyun no longer had time to regret. He immediately picked up the unconscious Guan Xingyu and said, let's go, let's retreat immediately. Whoosh! The 3 of them flew out of the house, intending to escape from the underground palace of the Blood Shadow Tower. Ah! Swoosh swoosh swoosh! The entire underground palace of the Blood Shadow Tower has turned into a battlefield of slaughter at this moment. The 6 divine execution guards, 5 of them are at the triple heaven of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. They are directly killing everyone in the underground palace. The bodies of many assassins from the Blood Shadow Tower are continuously falling into pools of blood. No one can stop their powerful killing spree. After being hit by the waves, the pavilions, halls, and artificial mountains in the Blood Shadow Tower have completely collapsed. The entire underground palace has gradually become a bloody ruin. Meanwhile, the arrow god is flying in midair. He has blocked the entrance to prevent any escapees. Because he has already shot down all the escape routes with his arrows, now if anyone from the Blood Shadow Tower wants to escape, they can only run out through the entrance. The arrow god holds a flaming bow, with vermilion bird and phoenix illusions burning on both ends. He observes the battlefield situation and continuously shoots out spirit arrows burning with raging flames. Each arrow easily wipes out at least 1,000 assassins from the Blood Shadow Tower, causing massive casualties. The flames spread and form a blockade, burning the entire underground palace. Swoosh! There are still rats. The arrow god's gaze shifts and he looks towards the left side, where he sees Guan Ziyun and 2 others coming out of a house. You are also at the triple heaven of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. From the looks of it, you must be Guan Ziyun, the master of the Blood Shadow Tower. After locking onto Guan Ziyun's position, the arrow god raises his flaming bow high and draws a full moon. Heavenly Venerable Realm, 6th Heaven. No. After sensing the arrow god's cultivation aura, Guan Ziyun's face instantly changes, filled with shock and fear. He decisively holds his son and moves in another direction. The two assassins immediately flee with him, no longer daring to approach the entrance. However, the arrow god's arrow has already been shot. Like a soaring phoenix in the sky, burning with crimson flames, it shoots towards Guan Ziyun like lightning. Despite Guan Ziyun's desperate efforts to escape, the next moment, the arrow directly hits him. Boom! In midair, there is a loud explosion as a fiery ball bursts open. Ah! From within the burning flames, a heart-wrenching scream from Guan Ziyun can be heard, followed by being covered by the flames and completely incinerated into ashes. As for the other two, they are intercepted by a divine execution guard at the heavenly venerable realm. In a flash, their heads are severed by a sword light. The massacre at the headquarters of the Blood Shadow Tower does not last long. In less than the time it takes for an incense stick to burn, everyone remaining in the Blood Shadow Tower's headquarters has been killed. After the Arrow God and his men take away the treasures from the Blood Shadow Tower's treasury, they surface and shoot an arrow towards the ground. The ground collapses violently for hundreds of miles, raising dust. The ruins of the entire underground palace of the Blood Shadow Tower are completely exposed to the sunlight. Let's go. After completing all of this, the Arrow God leads the 6 divine execution guards and leaves. Not long after, shocking news spreads throughout the entire northern domain. The headquarters of the Blood Shadow Tower is in the Paluo land. However, the Blood Shadow Tower has been annihilated. Including their hidden bases and branches, the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty has uprooted them all, leaving no survivors. When this news comes out, many dominant forces in the northern domain are deeply shocked. The Heavenly Evolution Dynasty actually found the headquarters of the Blood Shadow Tower. And they annihilated them. But Dongfang Yuan was clearly still in the Qian family. Who in the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty has the ability to destroy the Blood Shadow Tower? For a while, discussions about the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty rise again. Many people feel that there is likely a strong individual in the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty at the 5th heaven of the Heavenly Venerable Realm or above. Otherwise, there is simply no way to explain the annihilation of the Blood Shadow Tower without Dongfang Yuan's involvement. On top of the Qian family hall, Dongfang Yuan and Zonglo sat on the hall. Qian Jucho and several high-ranking elders of the Qian family also sat here. They saw Zonglu's unfamiliar face and asked for his name. Dongfang Yuan told them that Zonglo is a worshipper of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. Qian Jucho and the others couldn't discern Zonglu's cultivation, but based on his identity as a worshipper of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, they knew he must be a powerful expert. Therefore, the Qian family members showed their respect to him. Lord Qian, is Shinru coming? Dongfang Yuan asked. Ha ha ha, Yuanwang, please be patient. I have already informed my daughter to come. Please wait a moment, Qian Jucho said with an understanding expression, smiling. I am not in a hurry. Since Shinru hasn't arrived yet, there is something I want to ask Lord Qian about, regarding the Sun and Moon treasure, Dongfang Yuan said directly. When the Qian family members heard about the Sun and Moon treasure, their expressions became serious. Qian Jucho sincerely said, I suppose, Yuanwang, you have obtained one of the Sun and Moon keys from Feng Mobai's hands. That's right. Not only that, through soul searching, I have also learned many things about the Sun and Moon treasure. However, Feng Mobai knows the specific route to the treasure in the ruins, but he doesn't know the location of the ruins. It requires the combination of 2 Sun and Moon keys for the location of the ruins to manifest. And unless there are any surprises, I believe the other Sun and Moon key should be in Lord Qian's hands, Dongfang Yuan said. From Feng Mobai's soul memory, he learned about the preciousness of this Sun and Moon treasure. Even a Heavenly Venerable Realm expert would be tempted, let alone a semi-saint or a true saint realm powerhouse. And to obtain the Sun and Moon treasure, one needs to combine 2 Sun and Moon keys to reveal the location of the ruins. Then, on the night of the full moon, the ruins will appear, and with the 2 Sun and Moon keys, one can open the ruins and obtain the Sun and Moon treasure. That's right, the other Sun and Moon key is indeed in my possession, Qian Jucho admitted directly. Dongfang Yuan smiled and said, Lord Qian, since that's the case, there is less than 2 months left until the next full moon. In that case, I wonder if Lord Qian is willing to join forces with our Heavenly Evolution Dynasty for a win-win situation. 50-50, how about it? Qian Jucho felt delighted upon hearing this. He thought Dongfang Yuan would try to forcefully occupy it with his strength, but he unexpectedly proposed a 50-50 split. Naturally, it's possible. Yuan Wang's willingness to share this sun and moon treasure with my Qian family is our Qian family's fortune. Qian Jucho readily agreed. Then, Dongfang Yuan and Qian Jucho each took out a sun and moon key and combined the two keys together. Whoosh! Suddenly, the combination of the two keys emitted a golden light, forming an image in the air of the hall. Looking at the appearance of the image, it seemed to be a mountain range. It's the Beishing mountain range. One of the Qian family elders immediately recognized the place and exclaimed. The Beishing mountain range. Dongfang Yuan had also heard of this place. The Beishing mountain range is an extremely vast mountain range in the northern domain. Because it is close to the 10,000 beast forest, there are also some powerful beasts active inside. After knowing the location of the ruins, Dongfang Yuan had a clear idea in his mind, and both of them retrieved their keys. Next, all we need to do is wait for the night of the full moon. And coincidentally, at this moment, Qian Shinru also walked in. Father, Your Majesty. Qian Shinru entered the hall and bowed to Qian Jucho and Dongfang Yuan. No need for formalities, Shinru. Come, sit here. Dongfang Yuan waved his hand, and Qian Shinru sat down next to him. Qian Patriarch, this time when I return to the palace, I plan to take Shinru with me. Is there any problem? Dongfang Yuan immediately said. No problem. Naturally, there is no problem. My daughter is fortunate to be favored by Your Majesty. It is the blessing of her and our Qian family, Qian Jucho said with a smile. The senior members of the Qian family also smiled and echoed. Ha ha ha, yes, the union of Your Majesty and Shinru is truly a perfect match. Your Majesty, Shinru is a girl we have watched grow up. Although she is a bit slow in cultivation, her mind is very sharp. All those rumors outside, none of them are true. When Your Majesty spends more time with Shinru, you will understand how intelligent she is. Some of the elders of the Qian family also spoke up to help explain the rumors and gossip about Qian Shinru. Dongfang Yuan didn't care about those words in the first place. At this moment, he suddenly held Qian Shinru's hand, touched her fair and tender skin, and said to those elders, so it seems that I have found a treasure. Ha ha ha, the Qian family members smiled at each other. Blushing, Qian Shinru couldn't help but show a hint of redness on her beautiful face. She spoke gently, Your Majesty, you flatter me. I am just an ordinary woman. Please don't look down on me. Shinru, you are wrong. In this world, men and women are the same. Women also have ambitions. I have never underestimated anyone based on their gender, Dongfang Yuan naturally said. His words were directly aimed at Qian Shinru's heart, making her feel a sense of fondness towards Dongfang Yuan. In the end, after a short discussion in the hall, Qian Jucho spoke up and asked Qian Shinru to take Dongfang Yuan for a walk in the Qian family mansion to get familiar with it. The implied meaning was clear. They intended to directly make the two of them a couple in the Qian family, skipping all the formalities. Qian Jucho had inquired about it. Currently, Dongfang Yuan had not formally taken a concubine. If Shinru were to be the first to bear his child, once the child was born, the Qian family would also rise to prominence. Qian Shinru naturally understood her father's intention, so she did not refuse. She took Dongfang Yuan to stroll around the Qian family's backyard. Dongfang Yuan held Qian Shinru's hand all the way, and after walking for a while, he said, It's already dark now. Let me escort you back to your room to rest. Qian Shinru pursed her lips and hesitated at first. She didn't expect things to progress so quickly. To be honest, although she had a premonition, she wasn't mentally prepared yet. But after much hesitation, she didn't know if it was a sudden impulse or something else, she said, All right, then I'll trouble Your Majesty. Immediately, Dongfang Yuan also sent Qian Shinru back to her boudoir. Upon entering Qian Shinru's room, Dongfang Yuan smelled a faint fragrance, and the arrangement of the room was pleasing to the eye, bringing a sense of relaxation. Creak. Dongfang Yuan turned around and closed the door. Qian Shinru walked to the chair, about to sit down. Whoosh. Suddenly, Dongfang Yuan appeared directly on the chair, and as she sat down, her delicate buttocks pressed against Dongfang Yuan's thigh. Qian Shinru immediately felt a bit shy. Her whole body gradually became slightly warm. Dongfang Yuan took the opportunity to pull her, pulling Qian Shinru directly into his arms. Her delicate back was close to Dongfang Yuan's chest. Their faces were very close, but there was a slight distance between them, and their eyes met. Dongfang Yuan was not in a hurry. At this moment, his eyes were affectionate as he looked at Qian Shinru. Shinru, what's wrong? Looking at your eyes, you seem a bit nervous, Dongfang Yuan said with a faint smile. Qian Shinru's eyes couldn't help but dodge, feeling a bit shy as she said, I've never. Upon hearing this, Dongfang Yuan laughed heartily. Don't worry, Shinru, you're so lovable, I would never be rude. With that, Dongfang Yuan took the opportunity to kiss her cherry lips. Qian Shinru had no experience, and she couldn't even adjust her breath. In an instant, Dongfang Yuan kissed her while lifting her up and placing her on the jade bed. With a wave of his hand, the night lamp in the boudoir went out. 17,300 words omitted here. Tonight was destined to be a sleepless night. Even Dongfang Yuan himself didn't expect that the first woman he transmigrated to in this world would be Qian Shinru, not Xiao Qingli. A night without words. The next day, dawn broke. On the jade bed in the room, Qian Shinru, wearing a pink dress, lay exhausted on the bed, sleeping soundly. Dongfang Yuan had already sat on a chair, adjusting his own strength. It was too crazy. Recalling Qian Shinru's initial serious cooperation, the tenderness in the middle, and the indescribable end. Continuous and unending, like a tsunami, stirring up waves of passion. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan slowly opened his eyes, his breath adjusted. At this time, Tianyu Wang suddenly knocked on the door from outside. Your Majesty, are you awake? Tianyu Wang's voice came in, and upon hearing it, Dongfang Yuan replied, What's the matter? The Prime Minister has returned, but the situation is not going well. Tianyu Wang's voice sounded a bit heavy. It is obvious that Zuo Xuanqi brought some bad news. Dongfang Yuan frowned secretly and then said, I understand. You guys wait for me in the guest room, I'll come later. Yes, Tianyu Wang replied and then left. Dongfang Yuan slowly stood up from his chair and turned around, only to find Qian Shinru had already woken up. She had spent a sleepless night, and her complexion looked somewhat haggard. Her hair was also a bit messy, with her two ponytails on the left and right sides slightly loose. I woke you up. Go back to sleep for a while, you're too tired, and I'll feel sorry for you, Dongfang Yuan said as he walked over and touched Qian Shinru's little face. Qian Shinru's eyes were still a bit blurry, and she looked tired. She weakly asked, Did something happen? It's nothing. You should rest well for now, you can't even get out of bed. Good girl. Dongfang Yuan rubbed her little face. At this moment, Qian Shinru looked like a little rabbit, her eyes hazy as she nodded and wrapped herself in the blanket, falling back asleep. Dongfang Yuan arrived at the guest room. At this time, Tianyu Wang, Tai Poyan, Mo Zun Chonglo, and the Arrow God, including several Zan Shenwei, were all waiting here. As soon as Dongfang Yuan entered the room, he saw Zuo Xuanqi, who was injured. He furrowed his brows and immediately asked, Zuo Xuanqi, what happened to your injuries? Your Majesty, the Wan Beast Forest has gone too far. Zuo Xuanqi's face was full of anger, and he recounted in detail the humiliation he had suffered in the Wan Beast Forest. Upon hearing this, Dongfang Yuan's face became serious, even a bit gloomy. He couldn't help but sneer, the Wan Beast Forest dares to steal my elixirs. Since that's the case, I will make the Wan Beast Forest pay back tenfold. Your Majesty, do you need me to take action and directly annihilate the Wan Beast Forest? Mo Zun Chonglo asked at this moment. As a peak powerhouse in the heavenly venerable realm, with immeasurable talent and the heavenly demon divine body, he was invincible at the same level, and could even fight against semi-saints. For him, dealing with the Wan Beast Forest was not a problem at all. When he said this, Dongfang Yuan's expression remained normal, but Zuo Xuanqi and Tianyu Wang were startled. They had no idea who the Arrow God and Mo Zun Chonglo were. Both of them, including these new Zan Shenwei, seemed to have appeared out of nowhere. They only knew that they were on their side, but their identities, backgrounds, and cultivation levels were all a complete mystery to Zuo Xuanqi and the others. Your Majesty, may I ask who these two are? Zuo Xuanqi curiously asked. Oh, I almost forgot. Let me introduce them to you first. This is Mo Zun, one of the enshrined figures of my heavenly evolution dynasty. This is the Arrow God, also one of the enshrined figures of my heavenly evolution dynasty. Don't underestimate them, both of their cultivations are above the 5th level of the heavenly venerable realm, Dongfang Yuan directly introduced. Upon hearing this, Tianyu Wang and Zuo Xuanqi were shocked. These two individuals were actually such powerful experts, and they were also enshrined figures of their heavenly evolution dynasty. This was like adding wings to a tiger for their current imperial dynasty. Chapter 41. Respected two honored guests, Iron Breaks Clouds, Heavenly King, and a few others also clasped their fists towards the Demon Lord and the Arrow God. Chonglo and the Arrow God nodded slightly, considering themselves acquainted. Lord Demon, you may not know this. The 10,000 Beast Forest is not so easily destroyed. The key reason they can become the dominant power in the northern domain is because they possess the heritage of sacred weapons. With such ultimate heritage, it is not yet the right time for us to try to annihilate them. Dongfang Yuan said slowly. The 5 major dominant powers in the northern domain. Fengyan Sect, Endless Pleasure Sect, 10,000 Beast Forest, Wuji Sect, and Tianjian Sect. These 5 powers dominate the land of the northern domain. Each power has more than 10 heavenly venerable realm experts, and there are even more in the law manifestation realm. The main reason they can stand as dominant powers without being invaded is because they possess the heritage of sacred weapons. Currently, the strength of the heavenly evolution dynasty is already enough to confront the dominant powers head-on. However, if they want to completely crush and annihilate them, the heavenly evolution dynasty still lacks some heritage. Your Majesty, so, what should we do next? Are we just going to let it go? Zuo Xuanqi asked. Of course, we cannot just let it go. The 10,000 Beast Forest dares to bully me, the heavenly evolution emperor. If we don't give them a strong counterattack, then I, the heavenly evolution emperor, will be ridiculed by the people of the northern domain. Dongfang Yuan pondered for a moment and suddenly said, Oh, Heavenly King, I remember, one of the 3 kings of the 10,000 Beast Forest, the Bear King. He seems to have a son who is currently not in the 10,000 Beast Forest. Yes, Your Majesty, that person is named Mangong, the young master of the Bear clan in the 10,000 Beast Forest. There was indeed news that the Bear King sent his subordinates to take Mangong to the Burial Bone Forest for training. He should still be in the Burial Bone Forest. At this moment, Heavenly King spoke seriously. And the Burial Bone Forest he mentioned as a training ground in the northern domain. Inside, there are many evil spirits who had a miserable death. It is a place with extremely dense yin and evil qi. However, those evil spirits are also great supplements. If they are swallowed and refined, it can greatly enhance one's cultivation and spiritual power. Presumably, Mangong intends to target those evil spirits. Good. Excellent. This time, I will make the 10,000 Beast Forest not only spit out my enlightenment pill, but also make them pay a most painful price. Arrow God, you immediately set off to the Burial Bone Forest and bring Mangong back to the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty alive. Seeing this, Dongfang Yuan made a decisive order. Yes, Your Majesty. The Arrow God immediately responded and then disappeared from the room. Your Majesty, are you planning to use Mangong to threaten the Bear King? But if that's the case, won't it backfire? Iron Breaks Clouds asked with some concern. When a person is in my hands, unless the Bear King doesn't want this son, otherwise, he can only be led by me. Moreover, even if it backfires, what do I have to fear? Right now, we can't completely crush and annihilate them, but if we really want to fight, it's not difficult to completely destroy the entire 10,000 Beast Forest. Dongfang Yuan declared with dominance. Half a day later, Dongfang Yuan bid farewell to the high-level members of the Qian family and prepared to return to the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty with his people. Qian Shinru also got up around noon, but her steps were still not steady. Looking at his own daughter's shy appearance, Qian Jucho and the Qian family ancestors all showed relieved smiles. Then, under the watchful eyes of the strong members of the Qian family and the spies of various major forces, Dongfang Yuan, along with Qian Shinru and a group of strong members from the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, left Tianlin City one after another. Endless Pleasure Sect. At this moment, in a quaint and elegant women's room, a seductive and enchanting woman with an extremely attractive figure sat inside the room. Her watery eyes were emitting a seductive charm at all times. Her appearance seemed capable of enchanting all living beings, and any man who looked at her would find it difficult to look away. This woman is the saint of the endless pleasure sect, Han Wanxiang. She possessed natural charm, and every subtle change in her demeanor was filled with countless charms for men in the world. At this moment, there were many message papers and a portrait on her table. The person in the portrait was Dongfang Yuan himself. A heavenly venerable realm under 25 years old. It's quite interesting. Well, let me go and meet you. As long as you are a man, I'm not worried that you won't be captivated. Han Wanxiang's figure flashed as she pushed open her own door. Outside the door, two old women had been waiting for a long time. Saint, we are here on the orders of the sect master to accompany the saint to the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty and protect your safety. The two old women said in unison. Han Wanxiang looked at the two old women in front of her. Her father asked her to conceal her identity and go to the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty to investigate Dongfang Yuan's background and see if he was a reincarnation of a powerful expert. If he was, then who was he? Her father asked her to investigate these questions as thoroughly as possible. These two old women were powerful experts in the heavenly venerable realm of the endless pleasure sect. And they were both at the 5th level of the heavenly venerable realm. With them by her side, her safety would be guaranteed. Well then, two elders, you can come with me. With that, Han Wanxiang and the two old women boarded a flying ship and left the mountain gate of the endless pleasure sect. At this time, in the back mountain of the wind and cloud sect, an old man broke through from a secret room, emitting the aura of the 7th level of the heavenly venerable realm. This person was thin, but his features were fierce and sinister, with a hooked nose and triangular eyes. He looked like an extremely cunning and treacherous person. There was also a thick scar on his left face, presumably caused by a blade in his early years. This person's true identity was the 3rd elder of the Wind and Cloud sect, Ying Yidao. Congratulations, Master, on breaking through and coming out of seclusion. At this moment, a middle-aged man who had been waiting for a long time stood in front of the secret room and immediately bowed to him. Ying Yidao nodded and looked at him, saying, Yi Ming, why does your face look a little off? Did something happen? This man named Yi Ming's face didn't look good as he said, Master, junior brother. Junior brother. He's dead. Ying Yidao's originally calm face immediately changed when he heard this. His face darkened, and his eyes became fierce as he asked in shock, Exener is dead. Who did it? How did he die? Ying Yidao regarded Dongfang Xin as his successor, and now that he had broken through and come out of seclusion, he unexpectedly received the news of Dongfang Xin's death. His inner emotions suddenly fluctuated violently. Yi Ming also told Ying Yidao about the cause and process of the matter. Dongfang Xin and Dongfang Yuan fought for the position of the emperor, and in the end, Dongfang Xin was killed, and even the supreme bone was dug out. How is this possible? That waste Dongfang Yuan, how could he be able to fight against Xin'er? Ying Yidao's old face was shocked. Master, nowadays, the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty is different from before. They have successively destroyed the Great Dream Dynasty, Evil Moon Palace, and even the Blood Shadow Tower, repeatedly growing stronger. Now their reputation in the northern domain is only second to a few dominant forces like us. And the main key to all of this is because of Dongfang Yuan. At such a young age, not even 30 yet, he has reached the 5th level of the heavenly venerable realm. Now there are rumors in the northern domain that he may be the reincarnation of a peerless powerhouse. Yi Ming reported seriously. The 5th level of the heavenly venerable realm. This, Ying Yidao was deeply surprised. He did not expect that so many things would happen in the short time he was in seclusion. The speed of development of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty was also astonishing. Whoosh! At this moment, a figure suddenly appeared. It was the Vice Sect Master of the Wind and Cloud Sect, Han Zhao. Vice Sect Master, why are you here? Ying Yidao looked at Han Zhao, who suddenly appeared, and asked. 3rd Elder, Yi Ming should have already told you about the situation between Dongfang Xin and Dongfang Yuan, right? Han Zhao said directly. Ying Yidao nodded, he did. But I don't care if Dongfang Yuan is a reincarnated powerhouse. He dared to kill my disciple, and I will make him pay a heavy price. Ying Yidao's attitude was resolute. After learning that it was Dongfang Yuan who harmed Dongfang Xin, killing intent had already appeared in his eyes. I'm not here to persuade you. On the contrary, this is also the sect's intention. We have discussed it together. Third Elder, you can go and settle the score with Dongfang Yuan. If the Heavenly Evolution dynasty resists, the sect will not sit idly by. You can rest assured. Han Zhao's words also indicated the Wind and Cloud sect's stance, which was absolute support for Ying Yidao. Good. In that case, I will set off immediately and go to Tianyan. I must cut off Dongfang Yuan's head to mourn Shin'er. Ying Yidao responded solemnly. Then, Ying Yidao left the gate of the Wind and Cloud sect and headed towards the Heavenly Evolution dynasty. Tianyan Imperial Palace. Dongfang Yuan returned to the palace with Ma Zhenchongluo and Tai Poyan. He immediately summoned General Feipeng. When Feipeng saw that Ma Zhenchongluo was also present, both of them were shocked. They were archenemies who had a mutual understanding. After meeting, they were both particularly excited. They did not expect that they would be able to see each other in this world. Dongfang Yuan also asked them to have a good drink tonight and get drunk. As for himself, he went directly to the harem with Qian Xinru. My beloved, I'm back. Dongfang Yuan and Qian Xinru stepped into the hall one after another. Xiao Qingli was sitting on the bed and ended her meditation practice upon hearing the sound. She walked towards the two people. Dongfang Yuan rushed up and directly embraced her, feeling the softness of her skin. The temperature in his embrace seemed to be rising, and he gently sniffed. Smelling the captivating fragrance emanating from Xiao Qingli's body, Dongfang Yuan felt extremely comfortable, as if all the fatigue had vanished in an instant. My beloved, I've been away for so long, did you miss me? Dongfang Yuan smiled. Stop it, you've only been gone for a few days. I didn't miss you. Xiao Qingli turned her face away, like a noble and cold swan, with a slightly proud expression on her face. Oh, if you didn't miss me, why is your face turning red again? You're saying one thing but meaning another. Dongfang Yuan also placed his hand on her slender waist, teasing her with his words. No, stop talking nonsense, Xiao Qingli immediately retorted, but she allowed Dongfang Yuan to hold her without resisting or breaking free. At this moment, her gaze inadvertently met Qian Xinru, who was standing still. Her gaze slightly narrowed. Tianji divine body. Xiao Qingli was somewhat surprised. She hadn't had a good look at Qian Xinru when she came in with Dongfang Yuan earlier. After carefully observing her now, she discovered that Qian Xinru was actually a Tianji divine body. However, she had not awakened it yet. Then, Dongfang Yuan let go of her hand and stood in the middle of the two women, introducing them to each other. My beloved, let me introduce you to. This is Miss Qian Xinru, the young lady of the Qian family. Xinru, this is the person I just mentioned to you, the future queen of my Heavenly Evolution dynasty, the renowned #1 beauty of the Great Dream dynasty, Xiao Qingli. Xinru, meet Sister Xiao. Qian Xinru respectfully greeted Xiao Qingli. Dongfang Yuan was afraid that the two women would start fighting, so on the way back, he told Qian Xinru about Xiao Qingli and her true identity. He made it clear that Xiao Qingli was the future mistress of the harem. No matter how many concubines he would have in the future, she was the only one worthy of the position of queen. Qian Xinru was a smart woman, and she understood the meaning behind Dongfang Yuan's words. Moreover, after learning that Xiao Qingli had once been an empress, Qian Xinru had no intention of competing with her for favor. At this moment, she lowered her posture and showed great respect to Xiao Qingli. No need for formalities, Miss Qian, so that's how it is. It seems that the rumors were indeed just rumors. I didn't expect that Qian Xinru, who was called a vase, would actually be a Tianji divine body. This place is really amazing, Xiao Qingli said calmly. Qian Xinru, however, was a bit puzzled. Tianji divine body. What is that? Xiao Qingli turned her gaze to Dongfang Yuan and said, you haven't told Xinru yet. Not yet, I've been thinking about things all the way and forgot about it, Dongfang Yuan suddenly remembered. I heard that the Blood Shadow Tower has been destroyed. Now there are only 2 conditions left that you agreed to. But the second condition, those 2 things are not easy to obtain. Only the overlords of the northern domain possess them. Isn't it a bit difficult for you at the moment? Xiao Qingli expressed her concern. At this moment, for some reason, she suddenly felt like lowering the standards of the conditions she had proposed earlier. Especially after seeing that Qian Shinru's body had already been broken, this feeling became even stronger. My beloved, you can rest assured. In a short while, I will be able to obtain both of those things. What I have in mind is related to the Blood Shadow Tower. When I sent people to destroy the headquarters of the Blood Shadow Tower, although I killed Guan Ziyun, I did not see the presence of Vice Tower Master Nanman Yu. And the Divine Guard has also investigated nearby, but there is no clue. I am worried that this fish that escaped the net will cause some trouble. Dongfang Yuan's code of conduct is to eliminate all threats and leave no room for future troubles. And Nanman Yu, in the Northern Domain, is known as the strategist of the Blood Shadow Tower and is also a heavenly venerable realm cultivator. If such a person were to remain hidden, it would not pose a fatal threat to Dongfang Yuan. But if he were to retaliate by attacking the territory of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty or the Qian family, it would be troublesome. So Dongfang Yuan has been thinking about finding a way to lure this fish out, but there is no suitable plan. Nanman Yu, if he escaped unscathed, I think he won't stay in the Northern Domain for a short time. Although he is the Vice Tower Master of the Blood Shadow Tower, his true identity is not simple. He is a member of the Maritime Forces and an elder in the Heavenly Pavilion. Judging from the situation, he should have mostly escaped back to the Maritime region. Xiao Qingli has a deep impression of Nanman Yu, and there are also many rumors about him in the Northern Domain. However, it was the Great Dream Dynasty that accidentally learned about it. Nanman Yu is not a person from the Northern Domain, but a martial artist from the Maritime region. The Maritime region. It's actually that place. Never mind, since that's the case, let's not worry about him for now. There are still some troublesome matters that haven't been resolved yet. Dongfang Yuan said slowly. Xiao Qingli also noticed that Dongfang Yuan has something to do next, so she took the initiative and said, "All right, you go. I will chat with Shinru for a while and explain to her about the Tianji divine body." Ha ha ha. Good, Ruer, you can chat with your sister Qingli well. We will be sharing the same bed in the future. Dongfang Yuan smiled meaningfully. Qian Shinru blushed and felt shy. Xiao Qingli didn't expect Dongfang Yuan to be so shameless at this moment and gave him a disdainful look, saying, "Get lost." Dongfang Yuan chuckled and then turned and left. The two women stayed in the palace and began to talk. Dongfang Yuan arrived at the main hall. Zuo Xuanqi, Tai Poyan, and Tianyu Wang had been waiting for a long time. In the hall, there were also several divine guards and golden armor guards who had reached the triple heavenly venerable realm. Your Majesty, just now, we had someone keep an eye on the spies from the Fengyan sect. Shadow Blade has left the Fengyan sect. He is heading towards our Heavenly Evolution Dynasty with great momentum. Zuo Xuanqi reported. Dongfang Yuan nodded, his expression not surprised, as it was within his expectations. Let him come. When he arrives, the Heavenly Silent Nine Leaves grass will be in our hands. Dongfang Yuan had long planned that once Shadow Blade arrived, it would be like giving him chips. He would exchange the Heavenly Silent Nine Leaves grass with him, then obtain the Night Moon Crystal from the 10,000 Beast Forest, and finally hold the ceremony to crown the Empress. At that time, he was looking forward to what kind of expression Xiao Qingli would have during that intimate moment. To see a once proud Empress, willingly and completely surrender to him. How charming would her proud face be if she were to beg for mercy in the end? Especially after experiencing the obedient fruit of Qian Shinru, he wanted to see what taste the proud Empress would have. Your Majesty, that Shadow Blade was once a powerful figure in the Heavenly Venerable Realm at the 6th level. Now that he has broken through, he must have reached the 7th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. In that case, I need to give orders for the soldiers to be on high alert, prepared for a major enemy. Iron Break Cloud asked. Dongfang Yuan shook his head. There's no need for that. When he arrives, invite him into the palace. I will personally entertain him. He won't cause any trouble. Dongfang Yuan was very confident in his heart. Even if Shadow Blade is at the 7th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, or even at the peak of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, it wouldn't matter. Once inside the palace of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, there would be no way out. Dongfang Yuan wouldn't even need to take action. The semi-saint grade protective formation would be enough to suppress him completely. By the way, King Tianyu, there is something I need to discuss with you, Dongfang Yuan suddenly said. I am at your command. King Tianyu bowed. I will give you 500,000 troops, and you will command 3 divine guards, 3 shadow guards, and 3 golden armor guards, all at the 3rd level of the heavenly venerable realm. And what you need to do is to start clearing out all the top forces near the heavenly evolution dynasty. Spread out from the inside out. If anyone refuses to submit, there is no need to report, just kill them immediately. I want the imperial might of the heavenly evolution dynasty to reign over every inch of land in the northern domain, so that every living being in the northern domain will hold reverence for Tianyan. Do you have confidence? The words Dongfang Yuan spoke at this moment excited and stirred the hearts of the 3 people on the field. His Majesty is truly determined to begin ruling over the northern domain. First, subdue all the forces and let the imperial might of the heavenly evolution dynasty spread throughout every corner of the northern domain. Finally, rise above all the major forces and become the undisputed dominant force in the northern domain. This goal is grand and immense. King Tianyu and the other 2 stood tall and upright. He answered seriously, please rest assured, Your Majesty. I have confidence. Good. Marshal Tai, I have something to entrust to you as well. I want you to recruit soldiers for the entire northern domain on behalf of the dynasty. At present, the total number of soldiers in my heavenly evolution dynasty is only a little over 2 million. If we want to unify the northern domain, this number is far from enough. So, we need to expand the army and increase the number to at least 10 million. As for the resources for the entire army, don't worry. Starting today, the resource allocation for the entire army will be tripled. This matter will be handled by the left minister. Yes, Your Majesty. Iron Break Cloud and Zuo Xuanqi responded excitedly one after another. Now that they have destroyed forces like the Blood Shadow Tower and the Evil Moon Palace, they have obtained the resources from their treasuries. The reserves and resources of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty have increased several times over. Coupled with the current momentum and prestige of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, and the huge resources they have given to the army, attracting them with both benefits and reputation, they believe that it shouldn't take long to expand the army to 10 million. Whoosh! At this moment, the figure of the arrow god suddenly appeared in the hall. In addition, he was holding a knocked-out black bear in his hand. Your Majesty, Mangang has been successfully captured, the arrow god reported. Dongfang Yuan smiled. Arrow god, you have worked hard. All right, King Tianyu, Marshal Tai, you 2 can go and handle your tasks. Yes, Your Majesty. We take our leave. King Tianyu and Iron Break Cloud then left. The several divine guards and golden armor guards in the hall also followed the steps of King Tianyu and left the hall. At this moment, in the Grand Hall, only Dongfang Yuan, the Prime Minister, the Arrow God, and the unconscious Manggong were present. Dongfang Yuan immediately said, Arrow God, wake him up. Yes, Your Majesty. The Arrow God then shot a burst of energy into Manggong's body. Gradually, Manggong regained consciousness and his eyes slowly opened. Bold, who are you people? How dare you kidnap me? Do you know who I am? After waking up, Manggong immediately became furious and shouted angrily. Slap. In the next moment, Dongfang Yuan swung his hand and delivered a slap, giving Manggong a resounding slap. Can't you speak properly? If you can't, I'll teach you a lesson. Dongfang Yuan said indifferently. You fool. I am Manggong. My father is the Bear King, one of the 3 kings of the 10,000 Beast Forest. Not only did you dare to kidnap me, but you also dared to hit me. Are you tired of living? Dongfang Yuan didn't use excessive force. Manggong only had a red handprint on his face, but he immediately angrily questioned Dongfang Yuan. Prime Minister, cut him into pieces and feed him to the dogs. Seeing that Manggong still hadn't realized the situation, Dongfang Yuan didn't show any mercy. Yes, Your Majesty. The Prime Minister immediately took action, suppressing Manggong with a burst of power, rendering him unable to move. Then, his palm turned into a knife, and his gaze fixed on the massive bear body as he slowly approached. Zuo Xuanqi had grievances against the Bear Clan to begin with. Now that the Emperor had personally spoken, he wouldn't show any mercy. Hey, are you crazy? If you dare to harm a single hair on me, my father will tear you all apart. Mangong shouted in panic, but Zuo Xuanqi showed no intention of stopping. He walked up to him and squatted down. Slowly, he reached out his hand. Stop, don't come any closer. Please, don't touch me. I'll talk nicely. Mangong finally panicked. Seeing that Zuo Xuanqi had no intention of stopping, he completely surrendered, only hoping to save his own life. Stop, Prime Minister, take a break for now, Dongfang Yuan said calmly. Yes, Your Majesty. Zuo Xuanqi stood up and stood aside. Mangong's courage was shattered. At this moment, he finally breathed a sigh of relief. Mangong, I ask you, how much does the Bear King love you? Dongfang Yuan suddenly asked with interest. Mangong was taken aback. He didn't expect Dongfang Yuan to suddenly ask him this question. He loves me a lot. Definitely, my father only has me as his son. If something happens to me, he will be furious. He will do whatever it takes to seek revenge for me. Mangong's tone was somewhat nervous. However, the underlying meaning was also to dissuade Dongfang Yuan from acting recklessly. Once something happened to him, his father would definitely make sure that Dongfang Yuan and his companions wouldn't get away with it. Dongfang Yuan listened to these words and sneered. He had already learned what he wanted to know. All right, Left Minister, spread the news. Tell the 10,000 Beast Forest that Mangang is in the hands of my Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. Let the Bear King know that if he wants to save his son within 15 days, he must bring back his son by exchanging the stolen elixirs, Night Moon Crystal, 10,000-year Ginseng King, Purple Yun Lingzi, Crow Essence Wood, and so on, to the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. If not, half a month later, all they will see is Mangang's body split in two. Dongfang Yuan immediately gave the order. He directly made a bold request, not only asking for the 5th grade enlightenment pill and Night Moon Crystal, but also reporting more than a dozen equally precious natural treasures. Even for a dominant force like the 10,000 Beast Forest, it would be a huge loss to produce all of these at once. Yes, Your Majesty, I will arrange it immediately. Zuo Xuanqi then took his leave to make the arrangements. Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. Could it be that you are Dongfang Yuan? At this moment, Mangang in the hall heard what Dongfang Yuan had just said and guessed his identity. Smack. Ah, another slap. This time, Mangang couldn't help but scream in pain. But it wasn't Dongfang Yuan who struck him, it was the nearby arrow god. The arrow god's attack was severe, deforming Mangang's face. His left cheek completely caved in, his mouth swelled up, and several teeth fell out. Outrageous. Are you allowed to address His Majesty by name? The arrow god's tone was cold and domineering. Mangang felt both anger and hatred in his heart, but he had no choice. At this moment, he had to lower his head while under someone else's roof. Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, sob. After my father comes to save me, I will make all of you kneel on the ground. I will definitely return each of these slaps to you tenfold, 100-fold. Mangang secretly vowed in his heart, determined to make Dongfang Yuan and his people pay a heavy price. That's enough. Arrow God, take him away. Dongfang Yuan's expression was indifferent as he waved his hand. Yes, Your Majesty. The arrow god carried Mangang out of the hall. Not long after, the various forces in the northern domain were shocked by a stunning piece of news. Mangang, the young master of the Bear Clan, one of the 3 major clans of the 10,000 Beast Forest, had been kidnapped by the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. They even openly extorted the 10,000 Beast Forest, stating that if they didn't bring the items displayed by Dongfang Yuan within 15 days to redeem him, they would tear up the agreement and make the Bear King bury his own son. When this news came out, all the martial artists in the northern domain were shocked. Many people couldn't understand, how could the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty dare to do this? They actually dared to extort the 10,000 Beast Forest. This was defying the heavens. I can't believe it. The Heavenly Evolution Dynasty really has guts. They already destroyed the Blood Shadow Tower, and now they're targeting the 10,000 Beast Forest. This is a true dominant force. In my opinion, this Dongfang Yuan is probably too arrogant. He thinks that by annihilating forces like the Great Dream Dynasty and the Evil Moon Palace, he can challenge the 10,000 Beast Forest. He doesn't know that the foundation of the 10,000 Beast Forest is incomparable to 100 Evil Moon Palaces. And the Bear King is a peak heavenly venerable realm powerhouse. The forest even has sacred weapons. How can a small heavenly evolution dynasty provoke them? In my opinion, the heavenly evolution dynasty is done for this time, daring to provoke the 10,000 beast forest like this. They're truly digging their own grave. The current sentiment in the entire northern domain is mostly that the heavenly evolution dynasty is simply courting death with their actions. They dare to openly provoke the 10,000 beast forest, completely trampling on the face of the Bear King, and will undoubtedly suffer extremely serious consequences. Now, there are already some forces waiting to see what kind of tragic ending the heavenly evolution dynasty will meet in the end. 10,000 beast forest. As the dominant force in the northern domain and the only beast lord, the authority of the 10,000 beast forest is not to be challenged in the northern domain. The 10,000 beast forest is located at the northernmost part of the northern domain, far away from the heavenly evolution dynasty in the south. This is also one of the main reasons why Dongfang Yuan directly gave them 15 days. Inside a palace in the 10,000 beast forest. This Dongfang Yuan, he's gone too far, daring to openly provoke this king, he's looking for death. Smack. The Bear King, with a powerful and majestic figure, sat in his seat. His figure transformed into a human appearance for convenience of movement. At this moment, his face was filled with extreme anger, and he angrily smashed the table next to him with a palm, shattering it. Chief, this heavenly evolution dynasty must be holding a grudge against us for taking the enlightenment pill, so they kidnapped the young master to threaten us, said the black bear who had previously injured left minister with a calm face. HMPH. They're courting death. The enlightenment pill is already a blessing for our 10,000 beast forest. Zuo Xuanqi had already been a bit disrespectful, but we didn't bother with him and let him go. I didn't expect that now they dare to kidnap the young master, it's simply seeking their own death. At this time, a brown bear stood next to the black bear and said angrily. This brown bear's name was Manchuan, and she was the second strongest in the bear clan, second only to the Bear King. With the cultivation of the 8th heavenly layer of the heavenly venerable realm, she was also a top powerhouse in the northern domain. However, what she said just now was a typical case of ignoring the facts and only considering their own interests, disregarding the interests of the Bear clan. At this moment, two other figures appeared in the hall. Both were in human form, one with gray-white hair and the other with a king mark on his forehead. Greetings, Wolf King and Tiger King. Manchuan and the black bear both bowed their heads and saluted the two. These two people were the leaders of the Wolf clan and the Tiger clan respectively. The gathering of the three kings of the 10,000 beast forest represented the highest authority of the entire forest. The Tiger King nodded, then looked at the Bear King and said, "Old Bear, we have heard about the situation. The heavenly evolution dynasty is no longer just extorting us. They completely disregard our 10,000 beast forest and openly provoke us. Dongfang Yuan may be a reincarnation of a powerful being, but he is currently only at the 5th heavenly layer of the heavenly venerable realm. We are not completely powerless against him. Now that things have come to this point, the heavenly evolution dynasty is completely finished." The meaning of the Tiger King's words was also very clear, indicating that it was impossible for the heavenly evolution dynasty to lead them by the nose. The Bear King's face was filled with anger, and his eyes contained a killing intent as he said, "Dongfang Yuan dared to kidnap my son, he has already provoked the bottom line of this king. I will make sure that the heavenly evolution dynasty is completely destroyed and let that arrogant kid know that even if he is a reincarnation of a great being, he is not qualified to challenge the 10,000 beast forest. Manchuan, immediately gather all the strong members of the Bear clan and accompany me to the heavenly evolution dynasty." The Bear King, filled with anger, held the determination to annihilate the heavenly evolution dynasty. At this time, the Wolf King spoke up, "Old Bear, calm down first. If you gather a large army and press forward, the effect will only be counterproductive, and it is very likely that we won't be able to save Mangang." The Tiger King also agreed, "That's right, Old Bear. If we aggressively approach the heavenly evolution dynasty, Dongfang Yuan is very likely to do something to Mangang. The current priority is to save Mangang first, then destroy Tian Yan. We can't mix up the order." After hearing the words of the Tiger King and the Wolf King, the Bear King also calmed down. "So what do you all think?" After calming himself down, the Bear King asked. I have a plan that can save Man Gang and destroy Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, the Wolf King said after thinking for a moment. Currently, besides Dongfang Yuan, there should be another powerful individual in the Heavenly Venerable realm of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. If that's the case, we can be more secure, the Bear King said. Let Man Xuan and Wolf Yao pretend to negotiate with them, carrying the things Dongfang Yuan proposed, the Wolf King continued. Once the exchange is successful and we rescue the young master, we can immediately take action against them. With 2 Heavenly Venerable Realm experts leading the team, I believe it won't be difficult to annihilate the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, the Wolf King said confidently. Wolf Yao is the second most important figure in the Wolf clan, also a presence in the Heavenly Venerable Realm. Are you suggesting that we pretend to negotiate with them first, ensure Ganger's safety, and then take action against the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty? The Bear King pondered. Yes, this way we can save Man Gang and destroy Heavenly Evolution Dynasty at the same time, the Wolf King said. Even if they are prepared, I don't believe they have the ability to deal with 2 experts in the Heavenly Venerable Realm. Unless they have a peak Heavenly Venerable Realm expert, but that's highly unlikely, the Wolf King sneered. This plan is feasible, the Tiger King said, looking at the Bear King. After thinking for a while, the Bear King agreed. Man Xuan, you and Wolf Yao go to Heavenly Evolution Dynasty with those materials and follow the Wolf King's plan. But remember, you must ensure the young master's safety. Yes, Clan Chief, Man Xuan responded. Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. Inside the palace, after Dongfang Yuan returned, he saw Qian Xinru and Xiao Qingli chatting and laughing, getting along extremely well. This confused Dongfang Yuan. How could their relationship suddenly become so close in such a short time? My love, Ruer, what are you 2 talking about? You seem so happy. Dongfang Yuan entered the palace and said with a smile. We're talking about women's secrets, Xiao Qingli replied with a normal expression. Yeah, Qian Xinru added. I'm done, Dongfang Yuan said. Done already? Xiao Qingli asked with a hint of surprise. Yes, I'm done, Dongfang Yuan confirmed. If nothing unexpected happens, I should be able to fulfill all of my love's conditions within 20 days. By then, my love, you must listen to me obediently. Dongfang Yuan's face showed a wicked smile, his eyes filled with anticipation. Upon hearing this, Xiao Qingli blushed and finally scolded him shyly, shameless. Oh, why are you blushing, my love? Dongfang Yuan joked. Are you so eager and can't wait? Get lost, you shameless person. Xiao Qingli blushed like a monkey's butt and kicked Dongfang Yuan away, but he caught her foot and tickled the sole of her foot. Xiao Qingli immediately pulled her foot back, raised her neck, and gave him a disdainful look. Qian Xinru watched this scene with a smile, and the snow mountain in front of her trembled along with her laughter. Your Majesty, Qingli just explained the divine body of Tianji to me. Ruer didn't expect to have such a legendary physique, Qian Xinru said with a sweet and charming smile, her innocent and pure appearance carrying a hint of playfulness. Dongfang Yuan's face was a little embarrassed for a moment, but immediately smiled and responded, look at what Ruer said. Ruer is so gentle and lovely, of course I like all of Ruer. The one I love is definitely a specific Ruer. The divine body is just an added bonus. Saying this, Dongfang Yuan held one woman on each side and sat down, directly holding them around their waists and sitting on his lap. Giggle, Your Majesty, Ruer loves to hear these words. Qian Xinru was smart, so she naturally wouldn't say certain things out loud. Smooth talker, Xiao Qingli glanced at him, saying with some arrogance and coldness. Dongfang Yuan smiled calmly. Both women were intelligent, and they understood what he needed and what he didn't want. So Dongfang Yuan was very confident in their relationship. Alright, let's talk about business. Beloved, what exactly is the awakening method for the divine body? Dongfang Yuan asked seriously. Qian Xinru also listened attentively. This was an important matter concerning her. If she could awaken the divine body, it would be a great thing for herself and for the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. 3 things: True Dragon Essence Blood, 100 Luo Dao Fruit, and Heavenly Void Spirit Liquid. After refining these 3 things into a divine body pill and having Ruer take it, she can awaken the divine body. But these 3 things are probably not available in the northern domain. We'll have to go to the sea area. Xiao Qingli also told them the method of awakening the divine body. Hearing the names of these three things, Dongfang Yuan felt that there might be some trouble. The 100 Luo Dao fruit and heavenly void spirit liquid were extremely precious spiritual objects in the world, with the miraculous effect of stimulating the body's potential and opening up the Ren and Du meridians. Just one of these two things alone would make even a saint tempted. And the true dragon essence blood was even more precious. True dragons. They were true holy beasts, born at least in the heavenly venerable realm. Dongfang Yuan had also heard of them. In the distant depths of the sea area, there were the legendary True Dragon clan. They were the ancient overlords of the sea area, with unfathomable strength. Even saints wouldn't dare to provoke them. It's all right. The sea area, we'll go there sooner or later. These three things, give me some time, and I will find a way to get them. Ruer, rest assured. Dongfang Yuan also kissed Qian Shinru's forehead. Qian Shinru felt grateful in her heart and said, "Thank you, Your Majesty." At this moment, Xiao Qingli stood up and looked at Dongfang Yuan with a cold face. "All right, I'm going to cultivate now. These next few days are a critical time for my breakthrough. Don't disturb me for now. Beloved, rest assured, I promise not to disturb you." Dongfang Yuan nodded. Xiao Qingli nodded, glanced at the two of them, and seeing the desire in Dongfang Yuan's eyes, she didn't say anything and left the hall. "Your Majesty, why does Ruer seem to see a hint of reluctance in Miss Xiao's eyes?" Qian Shinru, sitting in Dongfang Yuan's arms, spoke with a sweet and charming voice. "Ha ha ha, it's all right, let her wait a little longer. In these few days, I will completely subdue you before making any decisions." After Dongfang Yuan finished speaking, he moved towards Qian Shinru. "Your Majesty, how long has it been? Didn't Shinru already surrender on her knees last time?" "She has completely submitted." Qian Shinru pressed her hands against Dongfang Yuan's chest, blushing. "Last time was last time. This time, I won't give you a chance to beg for mercy." "Ah, Your Majesty." Before Qian Shinru could finish speaking, Dongfang Yuan sealed her lips with his own, embracing her and placing her on the bed, like a hungry wolf devouring its prey. 79,999 words omitted. Meanwhile, during the days when Dongfang Yuan and Qian Shinru were discussing how to expand a small creek into a great river, Taipoyan and Tianyu Wang were not idle either. With the abundant resources allocated by the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, the fame of their destruction of the Blood Shadow Tower, and Dongfang Yuan's current prestige, the number of recruits had already exceeded 5 million in just a few days, not far from the target of 10 million. Tianyu Wang had also led his army to continuously sweep several forces around the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. For several consecutive days, with Tianyu Wang's aggressive attacks and the cooperation of powerful individuals like the Divine Guard, 7 top forces in the vicinity had already submitted, and 3 had been annihilated. Even 2 top forces similar to the Evil Moon Palace and the Blood Shadow Tower willingly submitted to the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. All the sect leaders had been temporarily controlled by the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty using drugs. Once it was ensured that they had no intention of rebellion, the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty would naturally provide them with the antidote. In such a short period of time, the territory of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty had rapidly expanded, including the territories previously taken from the Great Dream Dynasty and the Evil Moon Palace. The ruling territory of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty now accounted for 1/5 of the entire northern domain. It could even be said that the ruling territory of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty now surpassed the Beast Forest and the Endless Pleasure Sect, the 2 dominant forces. However, this move by the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty also made those dominant forces feel a hint of potential threat. The continuous expansion of territory made the rulers of those dominant forces see Dongfang Yuan's ambitious plans. If they didn't stop the momentum of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty's development, even their dominant forces would be targeted next. However, the Wind and Cloud Sect, the Beast Forest, and even the Endless Pleasure Sect were currently waiting for news. Because representatives from the 3 factions had been sent to the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. For the Beast Forest and the Wind and Cloud Sect, what they wanted was Dongfang Yuan's life and the annihilation of the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. In the Heavenly City. At this moment, on the streets, Han Wanxiang wore a veil and walked with 2 elderly women from the Endless Pleasure Sect. Judging from their direction, they were planning to go to the Heavenly Palace. Miss. Now the Northern Domain is in turmoil, all because of this Heavenly Evolution dynasty. On our way here, we have heard many rumors about Dongfang Yuan. I never expected that this person's ambition would be so great. And the Heavenly Evolution dynasty actually has the ability to expand their rule in such a short time, it's truly unbelievable. On the road, an old woman next to Han Wanxiang said. Han Wanxiang smiled faintly, her face under the veil filled with charm. I'm getting more and more curious now, who is his true identity? Miss, your joyous union sacred body has reached its peak. It's hard for any man in this world to resist your temptation. Even if that Dongfang Yuan is as extraordinary as the rumors say, as long as he is a man, I believe he will not be able to escape Mrs. Grasp, another old woman said with a smile on her face. Han Wanxiang smiled lightly, her face filled with confidence, and led the two of them into the Tianyan Palace. Don't, Your Majesty. If it can't go in, forget it. Ruer is in pain. It's okay, Ruer. It's too dry, there's no water. As long as we lubricate it a bit, it can go in. Just endure a little. Ah, Your Majesty, it hurts. Hold on, Pop. Your Majesty, it's in. Inside the palace, Qian Shinru was sweating profusely, her face pale and tired. Her wrists were red. Fortunately, the bracelet Dongfang Yuan gave her was successfully put on. Although Qian Shinru's wrists were in pain, the crystal-clear jade bracelet looked very beautiful on her hand, and it also complemented her temperament. Look, Ruer, I said, as long as there is water, it can go in. Otherwise, it's too dry and the bracelet won't change shape. Your bones are bigger, so you can only cooperate with water, find a suitable angle, and then the bracelet can go in. What I told you before is the same thing. This bracelet contains a power of mine. It can kill anyone below the saint level and protect your safety, Dongfang Yuan said, holding Qian Shinru. Qian Shinru, wearing a loose pink dress, kissed Dongfang Yuan on the mouth. Thank you, Your Majesty, for the gift. He. Ruer, I haven't had enough yet. Let's. Your Majesty, I can't anymore. Ruer hasn't slept for several nights in a row. Your Majesty's body is strong, but Ruer's body can't take it anymore. Qian Shinru pleaded pitifully. Seeing Qian Shinru's appearance, Dongfang Yuan also felt a little distressed. He touched her small face and said, Okay, let Ruer rest for a few days and stop tormenting her. Dongfang Yuan kissed her on the mouth and then got off the bed. Qian Shinru continued to wrap herself in the blanket and planned to rest well because of her tired body. At this time, a stealthy voice came from outside the hall. Your Majesty. It was Zuo Xuanqi, but he didn't want to disturb Dongfang Yuan's official business, so his voice was not too loud. Dongfang Yuan had just planned to sit on the chair and rest. After hearing Zuo Xuanqi's voice, he directly asked, What's the matter, speak. After hearing Dongfang Yuan's response, Zuo Xuanqi's voice became normal. Your Majesty, the Saintess of the Endless Pleasure Sect, Han Wanxiang, is here with two heavenly venerable realm elders from the Endless Pleasure Sect. They want to visit Your Majesty. I will have them wait in the side hall. I don't know if Your Majesty will see them. Upon hearing Zuo Xuanqi's words, Dongfang Yuan frowned. Han Wanxiang, what is she here for? He and the Endless Pleasure Sect are currently not interfering with each other. Although the system has suggested that he can take Han Wanxiang as a concubine. Because her body is an excellent dual cultivation furnace, absorbing her primordial yin can greatly enhance his cultivation. Dongfang Yuan also had thoughts about her, but he didn't expect her to come to him on her own. When Qian Shinru heard the name Han Wanxiang, she slowly opened her tired eyes, feeling a bit strange. Why did Han Wanxiang come to find His Majesty at this critical moment? Did she say why she wants to see me? Dongfang Yuan asked. According to Your Majesty, Han Wanxiang said that she has long admired Your Majesty's reputation and wants to visit Your Majesty in person to witness the legendary figure of the Northern Domain, Zuo Xuanqi replied. She knows how to flatter. Forget it. Tell her to wait for a while. After I change my clothes, I will meet her. Dongfang Yuan said with a smile. Yes, Your Majesty. I will arrange it immediately. Zuo Xuanqi immediately retreated. Dongfang Yuan also began to put on the dragon robe again. At this moment, Qian Shinru spoke from the bed. Your Majesty, what do you think Han Wanxiang is coming to see you for? How would I know? I can only find out after meeting her. Dongfang Yuan looked relaxed and dressed himself. Qian Shinru's expression became serious. Your Majesty, Shinru thinks that Han Wanxiang's visit may not be so simple. Oh, what is your opinion, Shinru? Dongfang Yuan turned around and looked at Qian Shinru. Your Majesty, I have a guess in my heart. This Han Wanxiang is famous in the northern domain for her joyous union sacred body. She has captivated many young men in the northern domain, and countless infatuated men are willing to die for her, but no one has truly won her over. She can easily manipulate the hearts of tens of thousands of men. A woman like her must have complicated thoughts. Now, it is rumored in the northern domain that your Majesty is the reincarnation of a certain powerful being, which is why your cultivation has advanced so quickly. But your Majesty has never responded, which has led to no definite answer. And behind this, I believe that those dominant forces, one after another, all want to know whether your Majesty is truly the reincarnation of a powerful being. The same goes for the Endless Pleasure sect. So, your Majesty should be able to guess Han Wanxiang's purpose, right? Qian Shinru spoke out her inner speculation. This part was deduced by her intelligent mind, while another part was her intuition as a woman. Dongfang Yuan stopped his actions and began to seriously contemplate Qian Shinru's words. After a while, he said seriously, Shinru, are you suggesting that Han Wanxiang's true purpose in coming to see me is to probe my bottom? But why would she? The outside world knows about my cultivation, which is at the heavenly venerable realm level. But she is just a small woman who hasn't even reached the law manifestation realm. How can she deceive me and probe my bottom? Dongfang Yuan said disdainfully. It wasn't that he looked down on Han Wanxiang, but with his current cultivation at the 7th level of the heavenly venerable realm, how could he be bewitched by Han Wanxiang? Your Majesty, what if Han Wanxiang has perfected her joyous union sacred body? What if your Majesty is unguarded and falls for her seduction, ending up under her control? Qian Shinru added. No one understood women better than women themselves. Especially intelligent women like Qian Shinru, who could accurately guess the most crucial things. Dongfang Yuan couldn't help but think carefully. If the joyous union sacred body is perfected. Dongfang Yuan had made his decision. If Han Wanxiang's intentions were indeed as Qian Shinru had guessed, then, indeed, even an ordinary 5th level heavenly venerable realm could be ensnared. But Dongfang Yuan was not ordinary, and his cultivation had already reached the 7th level of the heavenly venerable realm, he just hadn't announced it to the outside world. Moreover, his soul power had already reached the semi-saint level. Even if Han Wanxiang used all her tricks, she wouldn't be able to shake him even a bit. However, an evil thought suddenly arose in Dongfang Yuan's mind. He suddenly spoke, Shinru is right. It is indeed possible for Han Wanxiang to deceive me. But I have already agreed to meet her. What should I do now? Qian Shinru also fell into deep thought, helping Dongfang Yuan come up with a solution. Dongfang Yuan walked over to her and smiled, Shinru, I'm sure you don't want to see me being deceived by that joyous union saintess, right? Qian Shinru raised her head and nodded seriously, of course, Shinru definitely doesn't want to see that. In that case, I have a great idea. The joyous union sacred body arouses people's desires. But what if there is no desire? Would she still be able to tempt me? After saying that, Dongfang Yuan sat on the edge of the bed and smiled at Qian Shinru. Qian Shinru was clever, and she immediately understood what Dongfang Yuan was thinking. Everyone has desires. If you want to have no desires, you can only be a sage. She hesitated, feeling tired, but in order to prevent Dongfang Yuan from being bewitched by the joyous union saintess, she eventually agreed and actively participated. There is intense activity in the palace. After Zuo Xuanqi made the arrangements, he and Han Wanxiang and the other two waited in the side hall for Dongfang Yuan's arrival. They have been waiting for half an hour, but there is still no sign of him. Han Wanxiang is still calm, her face under the veil remains composed. But the two old women accompanying her can't help but complain. Prime Minister Zuo, what important matter do you have that keeps us waiting for half an hour? This is how the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty treats its guests. One of the old women questions. This is simply unreasonable. Even though they are from the Endless Pleasure sect, they are still a dominant force. Just because only the 3 of them came doesn't mean the Heavenly Evolution dynasty can afford to stand them up. Ladies, please be patient. Let's have some tea first. I will go and see if His Majesty is on his way. Zuo Xuanqi can only apologize with a smile. Then he feels a headache coming on and goes to Qian Shinru's palace to see what's going on. HMPH. This Dongfang Yuan is truly too arrogant. Half an hour, he really thinks he's the king of the northern domain. Another old woman angrily remarks. As heavenly venerable realm experts from the Endless Pleasure sect, no one in the northern domain would dare to disrespect them like this. But here in the Heavenly Evolution dynasty, they are being stood up by Dongfang Yuan. It's only natural for them to be angry. It's fine. If he wants us to wait, let's see what he's up to. Han Wanxiang remains calm and takes a sip of tea from the cup beside her. Not long after, Zuo Xuanqi returns. Miss Han, please wait a moment longer. His Majesty is currently bathing and changing clothes, but he will be ready soon. Zuo Xuanqi apologizes with a forced smile. He is feeling extremely bitter inside. Who knows why His Majesty has such a strong addiction? He goes to the entrance of the palace, but before he can say anything, he overhears something he shouldn't have. Terrified, he doesn't dare to say a word and quickly returns. Han Wanxiang and the others listen to Zuo Xuanqi's words and continue waiting in the hall. And as they wait, another half an hour passes. Zuo Xuanqi, is your Heavenly Evolution dynasty playing games with my Endless Pleasure sect? Are you having fun making us wait here for an hour? An old woman erupted at this moment, smashing the table next to her with a palm, standing up and angrily shouting without courtesy. Even Han Wanxiang, though her face was veiled at the moment, her slightly gloomy expression could still be seen. She couldn't bear the humiliation any longer. This Dongfang Yuan was clearly treating them like monkeys. No, no, no. Elder Li, Miss Han, this is a misunderstanding. Our Majesty, he, who is making such a loud noise? At this moment, just as Zuo Xuanqi was hurriedly explaining, a young voice rang out. Outside the hall, a figure dressed in dragon robes slowly walked in. It was Dongfang Yuan. Your Majesty, you've finally arrived. Zuo Xuanqi's face was filled with excitement, but deep down, she was almost in tears. I was bathing and changing clothes, cleansing my dragon body, which caused me to be a little late. I hope you all don't mind. Dongfang Yuan had a faint smile on his face. Standing on the hall, he looked at Han Wanxiang and the other 3 and said. That Elder Li, at this time, couldn't help but speak with a hint of annoyance. Your Majesty sure knows how to pick the timing, but bathing for an hour is a bit too long, isn't it? But be careful, don't let the water soak off a layer of skin. Elder Li's face turned black. She didn't believe that Dongfang Yuan had spent the entire hour bathing. This guy must have done it on purpose. In an instant, Dongfang Yuan took his seat at the top. He didn't pay attention to Elder Li's words, his eyes devoid of desire, and he slowly smiled. I love cleanliness, so the time I spend bathing every day is a bit longer. Moreover, today, with Lady Han personally visiting, I must cleanse myself of any impurities, so as to be worthy of Lady Han's gaze. Dongfang Yuan's sweet words reduced the hostility in Elder Li's words by half. The focus shifted to Han Wanxiang, naturally leaning towards Dongfang Yuan's side. Han Wanxiang's eyes, which could enchant the world, looked at Dongfang Yuan. Her voice was extremely charming, with a hint of playfulness. Did Emperor Yuan say he was bathing earlier? But just now, when Emperor Yuan passed by Wanxiang couldn't help but feel that the scent on Emperor Yuan's body didn't resemble the fragrance of bathing. Instead, it was more like the scent of a woman in rouge. Han Wanxiang's face under the veil smiled slightly. Dongfang Yuan himself did not expect that Han Wanxiang's nose would be so sensitive. He had just passed by her in a flash, but he didn't expect her to smell Qian Shinru's body fragrance. Dongfang Yuan's expression was normal as he calmly said, Lady Han is joking. As the Supreme of the Heavenly Evolution dynasty, I, as the 95th Supreme, have some palace maids serving me while I bathe and change. This is nothing out of the ordinary. Let's talk about business. The famous Lady Han has come to my Heavenly Evolution dynasty today. Is there something you need from me? Dongfang Yuan asked seriously. Wanxiang has long heard of Emperor Yuan's name. The current Emperor Yuan is undoubtedly the most outstanding figure among the younger generation in the northern domain. Wanxiang has long wanted to pay a visit and witness the talents of the northern domain. I wonder how handsome he is. I didn't expect that upon meeting today, Emperor Yuan is even more handsome than the rumors. From the looks of it, Wanxiang's trip here was not in vain. Han Wanxiang's voice was seductive and tempting, like a bewitching melody. Her eyes met Dongfang Yuan's, her beautiful phoenix eyes blinked slightly. Unbeknownst to him, the power of her joyous union's sacred body had already secretly activated. A sense of irresistible desire emanated from her. Zuo Xuanqi glanced at her and felt a burning sensation in his lower abdomen. His gaze was fixed on Han Wanxiang, and he couldn't help but be captivated by her. Ha ha ha, Lady Han's praise makes me feel a little embarrassed. Here's the thing, I also admire Lady Han herself and would like to have a private tea and chat with the lady. What does the lady think? Dongfang Yuan deliberately laughed out loud and invited her. His voice brought Zuo Xuanqi back to his senses from his somewhat dazed state. Han Wanxiang quietly glanced at Dongfang Yuan and then smiled charmingly, saying, "Of course." "Good. Left Minister, you take the two elders from the Endless Pleasure sect and wait at the Taiching Hall. Make sure to treat the two elders well and not neglect the etiquette of my Heavenly Evolution dynasty. Do you understand?" Dongfang Yuan said to Zuo Xuanqi. "Yes, Your Majesty." Zuo Xuanqi immediately led the two elders away. In the hall, only Han Wanxiang and Dongfang Yuan remained. Dongfang Yuan waved his hand and a chair appeared beside him. He said to Han Wanxiang, "Lady Han, please have a seat." Han Wanxiang walked lightly and slowly approached. It has to be said, the impression Han Wanxiang gave Dongfang Yuan, besides being enchanting, was also one word. That word was magnificent. Magnificent to the point of explosion. In the Blue Star world, with Han Wanxiang's exceptional figure, even if she didn't show her face and just dressed a bit hot for a live broadcast, she would definitely receive a lot of gifts from men. A gift that could compare to a person's head. Those who have experienced it would understand. It was a weapon that could suffocate people. At this moment, Han Wanxiang also sat down, her veil still on, her eyes slowly looking at Dongfang Yuan. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan waved his hand and 2 cups of spiritual tea appeared on the table. He smiled and said, "It is rumored that Lady Han has an unparalleled beauty. I wonder if you could remove your veil and let me see your true face." If Emperor Yuan wishes to see, Wanxiang naturally won't refuse. Han Wanxiang also took off her veil. At the same time, at the moment when her veil was lifted, within her eyes, a faint red light flashed imperceptibly. She secretly activated the Joyous Union's sacred body once again. Dongfang Yuan saw Han Wanxiang's true appearance, and their eyes met. Suddenly, he felt as if countless threads were trying to stir his inner desires. However, his soul power blocked all those threads, unable to disturb him in the slightest. But Dongfang Yuan had no intention of ending it like this. He had already determined that Han Wanxiang had ulterior motives towards him, and she had even activated the Joyous Union's sacred body. It wouldn't be excessive to take some interest for himself. Dongfang Yuan looked into her eyes. Suddenly, Dongfang Yuan's gaze became blurred, infatuated, captivated, intoxicated, and various other expressions, changing one after another. Han Shunga 1/4 truly lives up to her title as the saintess of the Endless Pleasure sect. Such beauty is truly unparalleled in the world, making this emperor unable to resist. Dongfang Yuan put on a good act, easily making Han Wanxiang believe that he had fallen for her. "Hey, I thought your willpower was stronger. Just now, you resisted this saintess's charm gaze, which startled me. I didn't expect that. I overestimated you. Indeed, these men with power and influence are all the same. Even if they are reincarnations of peerless experts, they cannot suppress their inner lust. Heroes are always vulnerable to the charms of beautiful women, and it's true." Seeing that Dongfang Yuan was so easily aroused by her, Han Wanxiang felt disdainful towards him in her heart. She continued to release the allure of her Joyous Union's sacred body, with an extremely tempting smile on her face, saying, "If Emperor Yuan has intentions towards Wanxiang, then Wanxiang can stay tonight and spend a pleasant night with Emperor Yuan." "Oh, Han Shunga 1/4, are you serious? Are you really willing to spend the night with this emperor?" You can rest assured, this emperor will definitely make Han Shunga 1/4 ecstatic and unforgettable tonight. As he spoke, Dongfang Yuan had already taken Han Wanxiang's hand and, before she could react, he pulled her into his embrace. Feeling the softness of her body, it was truly wonderful. Han Wanxiang's expression changed instantly. She didn't expect Dongfang Yuan to be so bold as to embrace her directly. She felt even more disgusted towards him in her heart. This willpower is even weaker than some ordinary men in the northern domain. He's simply a brainless animal who only knows how to satisfy his lower desires. Han Wanxiang wanted to break free, but Dongfang Yuan's strength suppressed her. At this moment, Han Wanxiang didn't dare to struggle too forcefully, afraid of interrupting the allure of her joyous union's sacred body, which would ruin her efforts. Let it go. Endure it for a while. As long as I ask the questions I want to know, I'll get rid of him. Han Wanxiang made up her mind in her heart. Therefore, she endured being held by Dongfang Yuan at the moment, with her legs resting on his knees. Han Wanxiang smiled and seductively said, "Of course, it's possible. But Emperor Yuan, you may need to answer a few questions from Wanxiang first." As long as Emperor Yuan can dispel Wanxiang's doubts, then tonight, Wanxiang will let Emperor Yuan do as he pleases. Han Wanxiang's smile, every frown and smile, were filled with countless charms. If this were on a certain platform, it would be enough to make millions of dirty-minded people drool and even deceive them into losing everything they had. There would probably be no problem. You may speak. This emperor will absolutely speak the truth and leave nothing unsaid. As they spoke, Dongfang Yuan held Han Wanxiang even tighter, and their upper bodies were already pressed against each other. Han Wanxiang felt extreme disgust in her heart, but she still endured it. Nowadays, the northern domain is spreading rumors that Emperor Yuan is the reincarnation of a peerless powerhouse. That's why his cultivation can break through so quickly. Wanxiang is also very curious, so Emperor Yuan, can you solve this doubt in Wanxiang's heart? At this time, Han Wanxiang was stroking Dongfang Yuan's face, and his eyes met his. The charming aura of joyous union's sacred body was released infinitely, tempting Dongfang Yuan, and completely made his desire rush to his head. Dongfang Yuan acted like an old man. Looking at Han Wanxiang's eyes, the saliva almost flowed out. He hugged him even tighter, as if he wanted to stuff Han Wanxiang's seductive body into his own body. With fascinated eyes, he slowly replied, "Of course. Since Han Sheng wants to know, then I will tell you." Han Wanxiang was both disgusted and proud in his heart, and he didn't bother to laugh. Sure enough, he is a stinky man with a sperm and a brain, and he was hooked so quickly. "Come, Saint, put your ear close, I'll tell you secretly," Dongfang Yuan said with obsessive eyes. Han Wanxiang endured it too, and leaned closer, with his ear pressed against Dongfang Yuan's side. Dongfang Yuan looked at the seductive figure that was close to him, and whispered in Han Wanxiang's ear, "The previous life of the emperor was called Yi Yi." Laugh. Ah. At this time, the moment Dongfang Yuan finished speaking, his big hand pinched a certain part close to his eyes, causing Han Wanxiang's complexion to change and he let out a cry of pain. Han Wanxiang was about to fight back immediately, but the aura from Dongfang Yuan's body emitted directly, and the power of heavenly venerable realm dispersed slightly, sending Han Wanxiang flying to the very center of the hall. "Dongfang Yuan, how dare you humiliate this saint?" Han Wanxiang was furious. At this moment, she naturally understood that Dongfang Yuan hadn't been tricked at all, and had been playing tricks on her from the very beginning. Moreover, he even took advantage of him, and was pinched by him in pain, so he probably became popular. Han Wanxiang was ashamed and angry. His cheeks were flushed, and his face was full of anger and cruelty. For a moment, it was impossible to tell whether it was anger, shyness, or both. Dongfang Yuan recovered his demeanor at this time. He rubbed his fingers, and said slightly, "Han Sheng is indeed the dream lover of many men in the northern domain. It's an unforgettable feeling. It's no wonder that so many people are fascinated by you, even this emperor can't help but fall in love with you." Dongfang Yuan said wantonly. These words made Han Wanxiang even more angry. "Asshole, Dongfang Yuan, you. Why didn't you get caught? My joyous union's sacred body, why isn't it working for you?" Apart from being angry, Han Wanxiang couldn't help being puzzled. His own joyous union sacred body has been cultivated to great success. Even if he is a strong man of the heavenly venerable realm, it is impossible for him not to have any desires in his heart when he is so close to the charm. Even if he had just enjoyed the joy of rain before he came, the charming power of the joyous union sacred body, even if he didn't lift it, could stimulate his desire and increase his invincibility in an instant. Why is it useless for Dongfang Yuan? Han Shang. The temptation of joyous union sacred body is really hard to resist. But it's a pity that you met me, Dongfang Yuan. This emperor likes to read thousands of books since he was a child. Even if you have experienced many battles, you don't necessarily know more about posture than this emperor. It's just a little bit of charm, it's just a drizzle. Dongfang Yuan said shamelessly. Pooh, shameless. My majestic saint of endless pleasure sect, if you dare to insult me like this, aren't you afraid of my endless pleasure sect's revenge? Han Wanxiang warned. Saintess Han, you must not say this. You were the one who started the matter, and you were the first to use the charm technique on me. If we really want to be reasonable, you endless pleasure sect are the ones who are in the wrong. Why am I bullying you now? Dongfang Yuan said with a playful smile on his face. You, good, very good, Dongfang Yuan, I will remember what happened today. Let's wait and see. It won't be long before you have to kneel down and beg me to save your life. Han Wanxiang said angrily, and then left the palace angrily. Not long after Han Wanxiang left, Zuo Xuanqi hurriedly walked in. Your Majesty, Miss Han and Elder Li have all left. Zuo Xuanqi didn't finish speaking. Dongfang Yuan interrupted directly. Don't worry, they won't leave completely yet. Correct. How did the matter that I handed over to Marshal Tai and King Tianyu go? Dongfang Yuan asked. Your Majesty, don't worry. Marshal Iron's mission has been completed, and all 10 million soldiers have been recruited. As for King Tianyu, he has already ruled many forces with his army. Outside the territory of our Heavenly Evolution dynasty, there is only one territory of the Zhao family that has not yet been captured within a radius of 100,000 miles. But with King Tianyu's speed, it shouldn't take long. Zuo Xuanqi replied. Stare, congratulations to the host. The territory of Heavenly Evolution dynasty has once again expanded to 100,000 miles. Closing square bracket. The prestige value of Heavenly Evolution dynasty has increased by 1500 points, and the prestige value is now 4320. Closing square bracket. The reward gift package has been sent. The prestige value has exceeded 4,000, and an achievement gift package has been sent. Closing square bracket. It really means Cao has arrived. Just as Dongfang Yuan asked Zuo Xuanqi, the system prompt sounded in his mind. Good. The Emperor knows, please go down first. By the way, according to Shadow Yidao's speed, there should be less than half a day left before he reaches Heavenly Evolution dynasty. Be prepared so that the guards can open the palace door wide and let him in without blocking him. Dongfang Yuan instructed. Yes, Your Majesty. Zuo Xuanqi turned and left the palace. System, open the reward package and achievement package. Stare, the gift bag is opening. Stare, congratulations to the host, you have obtained the opportunity to upgrade the Guardian Array X1, 5th grade Daotian Pill X2, 7th grade Zune Breaking Pill X10, 5th grade Mysterious Recovery Pill X1000, 6th grade Mysterious Recovery Pill X1000, 10,000 Years of Cultivation X1, Saint Weapon Chenkin Thorn X1. The next moment, these treasures were floating in front of Dongfang Yuan's eyes one by one in the midair above the hall. Dongfang Yuan looked excited, focusing all his attention on the Chenkin Thorn, which was only half the length of a sword. Holy soldiers. This is a holy soldier. The overlord forces in the northern domain are able to maintain their status all year round and remain standing. The most important thing is to rely on their holy weapon background. It is extremely difficult to create a saint weapon. Even Saint Realm level experts mostly use only the supreme level spiritual weapon, which is far from the level of a saint weapon. The sacred vessels are divided into upper, middle and lower third grade. Generally speaking, if a middle grade holy weapon exerts its power will never be inferior to that of a strong person who has just stepped into the Saint Realm level. System, open the elixir and introduce the holy soldiers. Chapter 51. Dongfang Yuan also directly asked the system to open the introduction template. Guardian Array Upgrade Opportunity. You can instantly upgrade the array once. Closing square bracket. 5th grade Daotian Pill. Heavenly Venerable Realm is available at the peak. After taking the next one, you can break through to the Semi-Saint Realm. Closing square bracket. 7th grade Breaking Zune Pill. Heavenly Venerable Realm is available. After serving the next one, it can increase 2 small realms, and Heavenly Venerable Realm is invalid above the 6th heaven. Closing square bracket. 5th grade Weishuan Pill. After taking it, the peak of Profound Heaven Realm can break through to Wandering Dragon Realm. Closing square bracket. 6th grade Weishuan Pill. After taking it, the peak of Wandering Dragon Realm can break through to Celestial Human Realm. Closing square bracket. Qian Kun Thorn. Grade. High grade Holy Soldiers. Power. Every time an attack is launched, the power can be compared to a Saint Strongman from the 3rd heaven of Saint Realm. Limitation of use. At least the cultivation level must reach the peak of Heavenly Venerable Realm. Special ability. Can be upgraded. The Chenkin Thorn used to be an imperial weapon. It fell to the level of a holy soldier because of damage. Explosion and massive space collapse. Special reminder. The space power of Chenkin Thorn can only be used 3 times at present. If you want to use it all the time, you have to upgrade it. Otherwise, if the 3 opportunities are exhausted, it will completely lose its special ability. In his mind, after listening to the introduction of the system, Dongfang Yuan was extremely shocked. He did not expect that the origin of this Chenkin Thorn would be so great. It used to be an imperial soldier. And it also has a special ability, which can cause space distortion and collapse, which really surprised Dongfang Yuan. And those pills given by the system. The 5th grade Daotian Pill is enough for Feipeng and Chonglu to step directly into the Semi-Saint Realm. Unfortunately, the 7th grade's Po Zune Pill has restrictions, so he can't use it now. But it's not bad for the left Prime Minister. The remaining elixir can be used to improve the strength of the middle layer of Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. System. Use 10,000 years of cultivation to bless myself. At the same time, upgrade the Guardian formation. Dongfang Yuan said directly. System. Stare. Closing square bracket. System. In progress. Closing square bracket. With the blessing of 10,000 years of cultivation, Dongfang Yuan's aura began to rise even more. A fierce breakthrough, sprinting to the Heavenly Venerable Realm 8 level Heaven grade, when it is about to break through to the peak threshold of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. Breath growth stopped. It's over. Every time you improve your cultivation, you have to scold this forceful technique once. Dongfang Yuan couldn't help cursing after feeling that the breath in his body was not rising. Stare. Closing square bracket. System. Host. The Guardian Array has been upgraded, and now it has reached the Saint Realm level, which can resist and suppress all the strong below the peak of Saint Realm. Closing square bracket. Dongfang Yuan is quite satisfied with the upgrade strength of the Guardian formation. With a flash of his figure, he left the hall, went to find Feipeng and Chonglu, and handed the pill to them. On the streets of Tianyan Imperial City, Han Wanxiang was covered with a veil, but it could still be seen through her extremely seductive eyes that she was in a bad mood. Beside them, the 2 elders of the Endless Pleasure sect also looked angry. Elder Li even said directly, Saint, Dongfang Yuan is so daring. Otherwise, Elder Hua and I will turn back and capture him directly, so that the saint will be punished. Han Wanxiang shook his head. Elder Li, I understand your thoughts, but if you want to move Dongfang Yuan within the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, the strength of the 2 of you is not enough. Dongfang Yuan's cultivation is already at the 5th level of Heavenly Venerable Realm, and there are likely to be strong people in the palace. To deal with him, at least the 7th level of Heavenly Venerable Realm is needed. Saint, if that's the case, then we'll go back to the sect and ask the chief steward or the deputy suzerain to take action. Otherwise, this kid is too arrogant. I really think that no one in the northern domain can deal with him. Elder Li said angrily. Han Wanxiang snorted coldly, and when she mentioned Dongfang Yuan's arrogant appearance, she got angry. Need not. He doesn't have much time to dance. We can just wait in this imperial city. When he arrives, he kneels on the ground and hugs my feet and begs me to save him. This saint will humiliate him. Han Wanxiang's desire for revenge is not small. At this moment, she was already looking forward to the picture in her imagination. This Dongfang Yuan took advantage of her. Since she was born till now, she has never been arrested like that. Really, is despicable and shameless. Han Wanxiang's antipathy towards Dongfang Yuan was at its peak at the moment. If she didn't humiliate him well and take revenge on him, she, the Lady of Endless Pleasure sect, might not be able to sleep. Saint, are you referring to the forest of 10,000 beasts? Wan Beast Forest seems to have indeed sent someone, but the distance between the north and the south is a bit far, and it may take a few days. The elder Hua said as he walked beside Han Wanxiang. No, although the people from the forest of 10,000 beasts are here, it's not them I'm waiting for. On the way here, I got the news that the third elder Ying of the Fengyan sect has left the customs. And there is accurate information. After he left the customs, he left Fengyan sect and headed for Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. According to the time, it should arrive after dark. At that time, I will have the good fruit of Dongfang Yuan. When Ying Yi Dao comes, we will follow behind him and enter the palace together. At that time, let's take a good look at what will happen to Dongfang Yuan. Han Wanxiang said with a sneer on his face. I see, Saint, let's find a place to stay temporarily, and then re-enter Tianyan Palace after Ying Yidao arrives. Elder Li said. Inside the Tianyan Palace, after giving the Dao Tian pill to Fei Peng and Chong Lu, Dongfang Yuan found Zuo Shang and Tai Poyan. Then one of them gave 2 7th-grade breaking Zun pills, which was enough for them to be promoted to Heavenly Venerable Realm 5-layer Heaven grade. Thank you, Your Majesty. Tai Poyan and Zuo Xuanqi were so grateful. I am so excited. The 7th-grade breaking Zun pill, in the northern domain, a place where alchemists are extremely rare, can almost be said to be a priceless treasure. At this time, Dongfang Yuan alone gave them 2, which surprised and moved them a lot. Correct. There are also these elixirs, 5th-grade Weishuan pill and 6 bottles of Weishuan pill. You can distribute them, whether they are used by officials in the court or in the army. You can see which people have more potential, focus on training, and use these pills on them, I don't ask. Dongfang Yuan said. He went back to Xuandan and kept a few for himself, which was for Qian Xinru and Xiao Qingli. As for the rest, it was all in front of Zuo Xuanqi and the others. So much. Zuo Xuanqi and Tai Poyan took the bottles containing the pills, the number of them made their pupils dilate, and they were shocked. Close to 2,000. This made them even more certain that His Majesty had secretly recruited an alchemist, maybe even more than one. Yes, on behalf of the ministers in the court and the brothers in the army, thank you for the pills. Tai Poyan thanked after receiving the pills. After Zuo Xuanqi and Tai Poyan retreated, Dongfang Yuan also summoned Shu Bai. Shu Bai pays homage to Your Majesty. Ever since Shu Bai disabled the young master of Blood Shadow Tower, he fled directly back to Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. These days, he has been arranged in the palace by Dongfang Yuan. Shu Bai, this pill is for you. After you take it, you can break through to the 3rd level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm. Dongfang Yuan also gave him a 7th-grade Po Zun pill. After Shu Bai took it, his face showed surprise. Your Majesty, is this the 7th-grade Zun breaking pill? Good. After you refine this elixir, I have something I need you to do. Dongfang Yuan said directly. Shu Bai was flattered and asked excitedly, I wonder what Your Majesty has to do. After you take this pill and achieve a breakthrough in cultivation, go to the sea and help me get information about Beiluo Dao fruit and Tianshu spiritual liquid. You don't need to do anything. You just need to get the accurate information about these 2 things and send the summons back. The Emperor will arrange the next thing. Dongfang Yuan also said directly. Beilu Dao fruit, Tianshu spiritual liquid. Yes, Your Majesty, don't worry, your subordinates will remember it. After my subordinates have achieved a breakthrough in cultivation, they will immediately set off for the sea. Shu Bai responded respectfully. Dongfang Yuan warned. The sea area is not as good as the northern domain. There is a mixture of fish and dragons there. You should be careful. At present, the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty has not unified the northern domain. Don't be too ostentatious. Your Majesty, don't worry, Shu Bai knows what to do. Shu Bai said seriously. Okay, let's get down. Dongfang Yuan nodded and signaled. After Shu Bai left, a graceful figure appeared at the door of the palace. It is Xiao Qingli, my beloved concubine, you are out of seclusion. Seeing Xiao Qingli appear, Dongfang Yuan said in surprise. Looking at Xiao Qingli's cultivation, Dongfang Yuan was also a little shocked. Xiao Qingli's current cultivation aura has reached the peak of Wandering Dragon Realm, breaking through a big realm in a row. Dongfang Yuan knew very well that Xiao Qingli had refined many heaven and earth spiritual objects in the Great Dream Dynasty's treasure house, and his cultivation was so advanced. But even so, I have to admire it. As expected of the 9 Nether Empress who was reborn with memories, a being who once reached the top. Now if you want to climb again, the speed is really beyond the reach of ordinary people. I didn't expect that my beloved concubine would break through to the peak of the Wandering Dragon Realm. It's really gratifying and congratulatory. Come on, take a bite. Dongfang Yuan ran over and took the opportunity to kiss Xiao Qingli. Xiao Qingli naturally stopped him, covering his face with his hands, and said calmly, "Young master, come on. I haven't bothered Shinru enough. She still wants to talk to me. There's more, I'm telling you, can you please stop going too far? I just went to Shinru's bedroom. She was almost exhausted, and she couldn't even get out of bed. You are too much of an animal," Xiao Qingli said with a somewhat reproachful expression. Dongfang Yuan smiled awkwardly. It's okay. It's just that Shinru's cultivation can't keep up. My Yangqi is too strong, and she's a little tired." "Cut. Only a ghost would believe you. I think you just want her to get pregnant as soon as possible." Xiao Qingli glanced at him and said, Hey. It's true that nothing can be hidden from my beloved concubine's eyes. But you can't blame me entirely. My beloved concubine, I also want you to be the first to get pregnant, but I haven't fulfilled the 3 conditions you set. I haven't touched you until now." Dongfang Yuan stretched out his hand, hugged Xiao Qingli's slender waist, and pressed her soft body against his body. Full of sweet words, snort, Xiao Qingli turned her head and ignored him a little coldly and arrogantly. Dongfang Yuan smiled nonchalantly, and then took out 2 xuanshui pills. "My beloved concubine, these 2 pills are small gifts I prepared for you. Take a look, do you like it?" Xiao Qingli looked at it with a little surprise on his face. "Wei Zan Dan, how come you have such a pill?" Xiao Qingli knows very well that there are almost no prescriptions for Wei Zan Dan in the entire northern domain. Where did Dongfang Yuan get it? Of course I have my own way. Alright, dear concubine, please take these 2 pills first and stabilize your cultivation. Then you can take them and make a breakthrough. Dongfang Yuan pretended to be mysterious. Xiao Qingli also accepted it calmly, and then said, "I heard that Han Wanxiang is here, how was your chat?" "It's not bad. Anyway, I'm quite happy." Dongfang Yuan smiled lightly. "She is no ordinary woman. Did you miss her joyous union sacred body?" Xiao Qingli asked doubtfully. "My beloved, do you really hope that I will fall under Han Wanxiang's charm?" Dongfang Yuan said with an evil smile. "Of course not. It's just a bit of a surprise. But from the look on your face, you seem to have a crush on her, right?" Xiao Qingli stared at him and said. Dongfang Yuan hugged Xiao Qingli, tied a strand of Xiao Qingli's hair and said, "It's not like the boss, but I am really interested in her. But don't worry, my beloved, the conditions I promised you will never change." Xiao Qingli felt relieved now and planned to leave. "Okay, I'll go and see Shinru. I have no problem with you being interested in Han Wanxiang, but if you want to win over this woman, you can't do it the normal way. As the eldest lady of the Endless Pleasure sect, she has probably seen more men than you. If you want to truly capture her heart and make her stick to you willingly, then you have to make her feel that you are different from other men." After saying that, Xiao Qingli turned around and left the hall. Dongfang Yuan also thought about these words seriously. Are you different from other men? Tianyan Imperial City. The sun is gradually starting to set. A figure exuded an extremely terrifying aura and flew unscrupulously from the Imperial City, approaching the palace. The release of that aura was like a large dark cloud, making countless people in the city feel depressed and even had difficulty breathing. What a powerful coercion. This is the strong man from the 7th heaven of the heavenly venerable realm. Which power is this from the northern domain? Looking at him like this, he is trying to cause trouble for the imperial court. Heavenly venerable realm, a powerful man from the 7th heaven. I wonder if Emperor Yuan and the others will be fine. For a time, many people in the entire city were talking in fear, and their eyes were basically looking in the direction of the palace. At this time, on the streets of Tianyan Imperial City, the figures of Han Wanxiang and two Endless Pleasure sect elders also ran out from a tea house. Saint, this aura is Shadow Sword, you can't go wrong. Looking at how aggressive he is, it seems that he really intends to kill Dongfang Yuan. Elder Li said happily. Snort, it's your own fault. Let's go, let's follow Ying Yidao and enter the Tianyan Imperial Palace. I want to see with my own eyes what will happen to Dongfang Yuan. Han Wanxiang sneered. Yes, Saint. The two Endless Pleasure sect elders also immediately took Han Wanxiang to Tianyan Palace. At the same time, in the palace hall, Dongfang Yuan was sitting on the top of the main hall, grading papers, and Zuo Xuanqi and Tai Poyan immediately ran in. His Majesty, Ying Yidao has entered the Imperial City. Now they are going straight to the palace. Zuo Xuanqi hurriedly reported. Dongfang Yuan was not surprised, just nodded slightly. Do you follow what the Emperor said earlier? Don't stop him. Returning to your Majesty, according to His Majesty's instructions, the guards have left the palace gate for the time being, and the arrow god's offering is ready. If Ying Yidao chooses to attack other people in the palace, the arrow god will immediately attack. Zuo Xuanqi replied. Dongfang Yuan said calmly, okay. You two stand aside and wait for him to come. Dongfang Yuan looked at the book by himself, not paying attention to the matter at all. Yes, Your Majesty. Zuo Xuanqi and Zuo Xuanqi also stood silently by the side. Sure enough, not long after, a breath of heavenly venerable realm leaked from the palace, permeating the entire deep palace. Ying Yidao's aura was unscrupulously released. Before reaching the main hall, Zuo Xuanqi and Dongfang Yuan could already smell it. Dongfang Yuan closed the booklet, looked at the distant sky outside the hall, and couldn't help laughing. Such a high profile, more pretentious than the Emperor. Tisk tisk tisk, it's really amazing. After all, a black-robed figure instantly appeared above the hall. Boom. After this person appeared, with a wave of his hand, the palace door was slammed shut, and his own strength wrapped around the palace door, preventing Dongfang Yuan from having a chance to escape. At this time, Ying Yidao's gaze slowly raised fiercely, and he glanced at Zuo Xuanqi and Tai Poyan who were standing beside him, directly ignored by him. His gaze was directly on Dongfang Yuan. You are Dongfang Yuan, the chief culprit who killed Exener. Ying Yidao's words were full of killing intent, and his expression was extremely indifferent. At this moment, with his hands behind his back, he looked at Dongfang Yuan with a lofty attitude, extremely proud. Both Zuo Xuanqi and Tai Poyan held power in their palms at the moment. Their expressions were cautious, ready to deal with Ying Yidao at any time. On the other hand, Dongfang Yuan, with his expression still calm, sat on the dragon seat, glanced at the eye shadow and said, What? Does the Emperor need your consent to kill someone? Ying Yidao, who gave you the courage to enter my Tianyan Imperial Palace so recklessly? Ying Yidao didn't take it seriously, and said presumptuously, Son, do you think that you are a reincarnated body, so you can underestimate me, a strong northern domain? You opened the gate of the palace wide and removed the guards on purpose. Didn't you just want to stage an empty city plan and make the old man suspicious, so you dare not come to trouble you? Hee, how could such a clumsy plan be hidden from the old man's eyes? The more weird you behave, the more guilty you are. Your heavenly venerable realm 5-layer cultivation base is mediocre in front of this old man. Dongfang Yuan looked amused. He almost laughed. Good guy, he doesn't know at this moment whether to say that Ying Yidao is smart or that he is stupid. Elder Ying looks like this. He has read a lot of books, and he even played tricks with the Emperor. You're a kinder wonder. I have to give you a big thumbs up. Dongfang Yuan extended a thumbs up and gave it to him. Jonda funny egg. What are you talking about? I don't even understand. That's all. Dongfang Yuan, I give you two choices. First, surrender to me, Fengyan sect, and take my Fengyan sect's special poison. Then you, Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, will be spared. 2. That's death. I'll give you 3 seconds to make a decision. 3, 2. Dongfang Yuan looked at Ying Yidao's appearance and mocked with a very playful expression. You really have read a lot of books, and you have shown off your IQ as soon as you come here. Now I can even use the technique of forcing pressure. Ying Yidao, you are responsible for making me laugh today. 1. Make decisions. Ying Yidao didn't care what Dongfang Yuan was muttering. At this moment, the knife in his hand had appeared. As long as Dongfang Yuan didn't choose the first one, he would immediately attack and kill all three on the field. Dongfang Yuan said nothing. It's just that his eyes gradually changed from playful to staring at Ying Yidao indifferently. The next moment, the aura on Dongfang Yuan's body swept out like a tsunami. It's like 100,000 Tianshan mountains pressing down on the top, just for a moment. Shadow Yidao is proud of the coercion of the heavenly venerable realm released. In front of the power released by Dongfang Yuan, he was completely destroyed. Ying Yidao's complexion changed, but he hadn't waited for his reaction to make a move. Dongfang Yuan's strength was on his shoulders. Ah! Ying Yidao only felt that more than half of his bones were broken, and the pressure made him suffocate. He knelt down directly on the spot. The huge power was like a star falling, and he was almost out of breath. He didn't have the slightest strength to resist, and his whole body was crushed and knelt on the cold ground. Your cultivation level. Ying Yidao's face became terrified, and his heart was even more frightened. My own strength is completely useless. Moreover, Dongfang Yuan's aura of power, on the surface, is the aura of the heavenly venerable realm. But the actual power is more than 100 times that of the heavenly venerable realm. Who the hell said that his cultivation is heavenly venerable realm 5th heavenly heaven? Nima's not cheating people. Ying Yidao was both shocked and angry inside. He was going to scold his mother. Zuo Xuanqi and Tai Poyan saw that Ying Yidao was suppressed so easily by his majesty. The two of them also had a look of relief on their faces, and their previously tense nerves relaxed again. Snort. Ying Yidao, you think you have anticipated our majesty's plan, but you don't know. From the beginning to the end, you are just a clown. From the beginning, His Majesty didn't take you seriously at all, and there was no such thing as an empty city plan. You have seen it at this time. If our Majesty wants to suppress you, it is as simple as turning his hand. Using chicken feathers as command arrows. Do you really think that we, Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, are afraid of your Fengyan sect? At this time, Zuo Xuanqi also immediately spoke to humiliate him. From the moment Ying Yidao came in until now, he and Tai Poyan have not been taken seriously, and he has even ignored them. Zuo Xuanqi has been unhappy for a long time. This old man is quite old, but he has a lot of revenge. Now that he saw Ying Yida being suppressed, he had to humiliate him to relieve his anger. Listening to Zuo Xuanqi's taunt, Ying Yidao was kneeling on the ground, his whole body in severe pain, and his face turned pale with horror. It's over. He has broken into the wolf's den by himself. Dongfang Yuan, as long as you let me go, Exener's matter will be wiped out. Otherwise, if you dare to attack me, Fengyan sect will never give up. When Ying Yidao spoke at the moment, he stuttered nervously, but when he spoke later, he slowly showed his confidence. The title of Fengyan sect, the dominant force, is his confidence. Ying Yidao didn't believe that Dongfang Yuan dared to arm wrestle with Fengyan sect head-on. Listening to his words, Dongfang Yuan, who was sitting above, smiled jokingly, with your IQ, it's really a miracle that you can survive until now. Then, Dongfang Yuan shot a burst of power into Ying Yidao's body. Ah! Ying Yidao screamed in pain. All the meridians in his body were sealed by Dongfang Yuan's power. The cultivation level of Heavenly Venerable Realm has been blocked. At this moment, he and Zuo Xuanqi can bully him at will. Dongfang Yuan dispersed his strength and then said, Marshal Tai, take him to Tianlao and let him stay with Man Gang. Other than that, get the word out. Tell Fengyan sect that if they want Ying Yidao to survive, let them exchange for Tianyu 9-leaf grass. Yes, Your Majesty, Tai Poyan responded immediately. Ying Yidao heard that Dongfang Yuan dared to threaten Fengyan sect with him. He even said angrily without fear of death, Dongfang Yuan, don't think that with your heavenly venerable realm cultivation, you can do whatever you want in the northern domain. If you dare to threaten me, Fengyan sect, you are paving a dead end for your heavenly evolution dynasty. Snapped. Ah! After Ying Yidao finished speaking, Tai Poyan slapped him away. The old guy's face swelled instantly, and several teeth fell out, all of which were vomited out with blood. Old guy, do you think we won't dare to touch you because of the title of Fengyan sect? Snort. Tai Poyan saw Ying Yidao being so arrogant. He directly gave him a few big punches, which made him dizzy. Finally, holding Ying Yidao with disheveled hair, he walked out of the hall slowly. The temple door opened. On a roof far away in the palace, Han Wanxiang and the two elders of the Endless Pleasure sect were all standing here. Immediately, when they saw the scene in front of them, they were all dumbfounded. Is that Shadow Yidao? But why is his face swollen into a pig's head? He lost. Han Wanxiang, Elder Li and Elder Hua were both shocked and puzzled. What's happening here? Shadow Yidao Heavenly Venerable Realm 7th Heavenly Realms Cultivation Base. He obviously closed the gate of the palace himself. Shouldn't it be him who flexed his muscles and defeated Dongfang Yuan and the others? Why is it reversed? Saint, something is wrong. There was no violent movement at all in the palace. This shows that Ying Yidao didn't have the strength to resist at all, so he was captured so quickly. Elder Li said with a shocked expression. Saint, I'm afraid there are still strong people in this Heavenly Evolution dynasty. Let's go. Elder Hua also reacted immediately. Han Wanxiang and the other three were about to leave. Call out. Boom. Suddenly, a beam of arrows shot from a distance, forming a blockade net, which blocked the sky around the three of them and the palace under their feet. Not good. Blast it. Elder Li's face changed in shock. Immediately, they fought with Elder Hua, and the cultivation base of the Heavenly Venerable Realm of the two of them completely exploded at this moment. The Heavenly Venerable Law manifestation is hundreds of feet high. Both of them condense a huge palm light, which is powerful enough to overturn mountains and seas. Suddenly concentrated on one point, the entire sky changed accordingly, and the attacks of the two elders slammed down on the blockade net violently. Boom! There was a huge movement in the entire sky. Some of the maid guards in Tianyan Palace couldn't help casting their eyes curiously. The sky was filled with clouds and smoke, and the joint blow of the two Heavenly Venerable Realm powerhouses was so powerful that it could grind down a mountain. But, after the smoke dissipated, the blocking net was not damaged at all. Not a bit damaged. What? Elder Li and Elder Hua were shocked. The joint attack of the two of them couldn't break the net at all, and their faces were horrified and they were extremely dignified. Han Wanxiang's face couldn't help but gloomy, and his brows were tightly wrinkled. At this time, the arrow god appeared in the sky not far away. He crossed the void and came at a leisurely pace. Then the figure freezes in front of the three of Han Wanxiang. He held a flaming bow in his hand, and this blockade net was his masterpiece. Dongfang Yuan knew early on that Han Wanxiang and others had sneaked into the palace. But to deal with the two elders of the Endless Pleasure sect, there was no need to focus on Zonglo and Fei Peng. Arrow God alone is enough. Han Sheng, Your Majesty is here to invite you. Arrow God looked indifferent, and said in an almost emotionless tone. Please, is this Your Majesty's request? Han Wanxiang pointed to the blockade in front of him and asked in a bad tone. Arrow God replied indifferently. Holy Maiden Han, the three of you sneaked into the palace with Ying Yidao, and used the blockade against you in the name of Endless Pleasure sect. If the three insist on spending time here, then I can only show the three of you, my Arrow God's unique way of hospitality. Arrow God said so. The flaming bow in his hand was gradually burning with flames. Good, 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 take us to meet him. Han Wanxiang was so angry that his chest rose and fell. The Arrow God waved his hand to unblock the blockade, and stretched out his hand to signal, please. Snort. Han Wanxiang snorted coldly, but the Arrow God didn't care, and led the three of them into the hall. On the ground of the hall, the blood and teeth that Ying Yidao spit out earlier still remained. Your Majesty, people have been brought here. Arrow God said standing on the temple. Dongfang Yuan sat up straight, nodded, and then Arrow God stepped aside, standing with Zuo Xuanqi. Han Sheng, what a coincidence. We meet again so soon. What, did the previous side make you fall in love with me? Or, do you linger on the taste of meat pain? Dongfang Yuan looked at Han Wanxiang with a playful smile on his face. Han Wanxiang said with a cold face, just tell me, what do you want? Dongfang Yuan smiled amusedly. Holy Maid Han, you all followed Ying Yidao and sneaked into my Tianyan palace. Based on this alone, I am afraid that this emperor is enough to have a reason to kill all three of you. Ah, you dare. Elder Li smiled disdainfully at this moment, and even spoke rudely. She couldn't believe that Dongfang Yuan dared to kill the three of them. Unless, he wants to live forever with the Endless Pleasure sect. Dongfang Yuan's words were interrupted, and a cold look gradually appeared on his face. Don't question my words, the shadow has moved my emperor. Do you think my emperor dare not touch the three of you? Also, here, there is no place for you to intervene. Dongfang Yuan charged directly at that elder Li with a breath of air all over his body, knocking him into the air on the spot, smashing him hard on the main hall, and he was in a panic. Elder Li, Dongfang Yuan. You. Han Wanxiang was trembling with anger, and his complexion was extremely gloomy. Elder Hua hurried over to help Elder Li up. This blow alone did not expose Dongfang Yuan's cultivation, but it also proved that his strength was far higher than that of Elder Li and the others. Han Sheng, I am a person who will never be soft-hearted when doing things. But this time, the Emperor will spare her life for the sake of your face. But if there is a next time. At the end, Dongfang Yuan smiled slightly. But the meaning is also obvious. Elder Li's hair was disheveled at the moment, and she was standing beside her with resentful eyes. After receiving Dongfang Yuan's warning, she felt both hatred and anger in her heart. But he still kept his mouth shut. Let's make a condition. What do you want to get us out of here? Han Wanxiang didn't want to go around in circles and asked directly. Han Sheng, I have no interest in the two of them. Whether they are dead or alive, I don't care at all. The one who interests me is you. Dongfang Yuan's voice was a bit low-key, with a bit of mocking coldness. He pretended to think about it carefully, and then continued, let's do it. I don't make things difficult for you either. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan stretched out a finger and said, 1 month. As long as Saintess Han agrees to be the emperor and be the emperor's maid for a month, I can let them go immediately. And when the 1-month period expires, Saintess Han can choose whether to go back or not, and the emperor will definitely not hinder her in the slightest. As soon as Dongfang Yuan said this, Han Wanxiang's face became even more serious. When Elder Li and Elder Hua heard this, their expressions changed. The saint must not agree. How can the lives of the two of us compare to the innocence of the saint? If the saintess is required to sacrifice her reputation and innocence to save the two of us, we are willing to die. I have to say that the attitude of these two Endless Pleasure sect elders in protecting Han Wanxiang is true. Even if he chooses to die, he doesn't want to embarrass Han Wanxiang. At this time, Dongfang Yuan added, don't worry, I am not a beast, let alone a despicable person. I can promise you that I will never force Han Sheng to do something you shouldn't do. And, in Tianyan Imperial Palace, you have absolute freedom. Hearing Dongfang Yuan's words, Han Wanxiang couldn't help but look at him, thought for a while, and finally asked, are you serious? No joke, Dongfang Yuan said solemnly. Good, I promise you, stay in Tianyan Palace for a month, and you let them go. Han Wanxiang made a decision and said firmly. Saint, no, Saint. It's too dangerous for the saint to be alone in this palace. If something happens, how can we explain it to the suzerain? Elder Li hurriedly persuaded. If I don't agree, all three of us won't be able to leave. In this way, you will be even more unable to explain. Okay, let's go now. Han Wanxiang also had no scruples, and said directly in front of Dongfang Yuan. Dongfang Yuan smiled lightly and didn't say anything. Thissa. Elder Li is still a little hesitant at this moment. On the other hand, Elder Hua next to him understood the situation clearly. Listen to the saint, let's go. Afterwards, the two elders of the Endless Pleasure sect left the main hall, left the Tianyan Imperial Palace all the way, and headed back to the Endless Pleasure sect. Within the prison, Man Gang was locked in a cell alone. At this time, Tai Poyan suddenly opened the door from the outside, threw Ying Yidao in, who was now imprisoned in all his strength, then locked the door and left directly. Man Gang just lay on the bed and took a look. Seeing that the man's face was swollen like a pig's head, he couldn't help laughing a few times, and then continued to lie down and sleep. In the soul, in the fruit stick fish, 1 drop will disappear. Fengyan sect, will definitely destroy you. After Ying Yidao entered the cell, because of his swollen face and tooth loss, what he said was distorted and slurred, completely incomprehensible. After he finished cursing, he saw Man Gang, who was sleeping in the blink of an eye. There is only one bed here, which was slept by Man Gang. This made him, the third elder of Fengyan sect, how could he bear it? A prisoner of Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, he would still be afraid. I saw him walk over and kick Man Gang. Wei, Chi Lai, endure the nest. Hey, get up, let me sleep. Man just was woken up by him, turned around and looked at him with an unkind expression. What are you doing? What's the matter? Seeing Man Gang's fierce appearance, Ying Yidao, who was already full of anger, became even more angry and lost his temper. Pointing at Man Gang, he blew himself up and said, Ni Ji Dao, Wo Sushui. Do you know who I am? One piece of Wo Nian. The umbrella prison in the water-sealed fish. I, Niang Yidao, am the third elder of Fengyan sect. Ying Yidao revealed his identity. But it's a pity that Man Gang couldn't understand because of his slurred speech. And Man Gang didn't even know him. All I know is that Ying Yigang pointed to his forehead at this moment, mumbling to himself, outputting a lot of words. Are you scolding me? I hate you. Boom. Man Gang mistakenly thought that Ying Yidao was deliberately saying something he didn't understand, and deliberately scolded him. He kicked it straight away. Ying Yidao's whole body was fired like a cannonball, and slammed into the wall of the cell. The current him, with his power sealed off and more than half of his bones broken, has no strength at all to resist Man Gang. Whoa no mother pinch, I didn't scold you. Crouching Yin Yu Dao, I am Shadow Yi Dao. With a bruised nose and swollen face, Ying Yidao lay on the ground with a pitiful complexion, trying to speak. You stabbed me. You, how dare you say you didn't scold me? You're tired of working. How dare you scold me even if you're so tough? Man Gang even misheard his words, mistakenly thinking that Ying Yidao was really scolding him. As a result, it rushed straight up. The bear's paw punched one after another, punching to the flesh, and punched Ying with a strong output. Ah, ah, woo. In the entire prison cell, Ying Yidao's indistinct howls and screams echoed. After Ying Yidao was imprisoned, Heavenly Evolution Dynasty also released the news. If Fengyan sect wants Ying Yidao to survive, he must exchange Tianyu 9-leaf clover within 5 days. Otherwise, his head will be hung on the city wall in 5 days. As soon as this news was released, it immediately caused a sensation throughout the northern domain. Good guy. Heavenly Evolution Dynasty has not finished catching Man Gang threatening 10,000 Beasts Forest. Now he is threatening Fengyan sect with Shadow Blade. This is really a wave of ups and downs. Almost all the warriors in the northern domain were shocked. Inside Fengyan sect, this Dongfang Yuan is too arrogant. After provoking the 10,000 Beasts Forest, you dare to challenge our Fengyan sect again. Since this son has become enemies with us, he must die. Above the main hall, the leader of Fengyan sect said with a gloomy face. Several other senior executives of Fengyan sect also looked a little solemn at this moment. Sect Master, the third elder has broken through to the 7th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm, yet he is still being captured. It seems that this Heavenly Evolution Dynasty is not as simple as we thought. If Dongfang Yuan hadn't hidden his cultivation, there would be a strong man above the 8th level of the Heavenly Venerable Realm in the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. It looks like we have to take it seriously. Deputy Sovereign Han Zhao said solemnly. Then what do you think should happen next? He said directly, with thousands of people watching. Sect Master, I think we can no longer underestimate Heavenly Evolution Dynasty and Dongfang Yuan. They need to be treated as opponents of the same level and treated with caution. Han Zhao said seriously. The suzerain, the deputy suzerain is right. The capture of the third child fully proves that there is definitely a mysterious strong man within Heavenly Evolution Dynasty who has not yet shown up. If we want to deal with them, I think we need to use holy soldiers. Mo Lin Yidao, the great elder of Fengyan sect. Holy soldier. When thousands of people heard this, they squinted their eyes and couldn't help but think seriously. It is no small matter to dispatch holy soldiers. The foundation of the holy soldiers is the basis for their Fengyan sect to become a hegemonic force, and it is also the only bargaining chip to deter other hegemonic forces. If you use holy soldiers to deal with Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, there is still a certain risk. Metropolitan. In my opinion, if we really want to attack Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, we have to kill it with one strike. We must not give them any chance to breathe. We must directly kill them completely without leaving any future troubles. Han Zhao said. I heard that the 2 high-level officials thought so. 10,000 people thought about it for a while, and finally said, okay. Then send out the holy soldiers. Deputy Sect Master, Great Elder, you go to the back mountain to ask the ancestor to come out, take with you the holy weapons of Fengyan Sect, 30 elders and 200,000 elite disciples, and go to Tianyan Imperial City to kill Dongfang Yuan, completely destroy the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. Yes, suzerain, Han Zhao and Mo Linyi responded one after another. After that, he immediately retreated to the hall and arranged everything. At this time, thousands of people went to the second elder Gao Shu and ordered, "Second elder, send someone to clean out some guest rooms in the backyard of the sect. Soon, Shuaner will be back." This time, he also obtained permission from the Holy Land and came back to the northern domain to visit relatives. After hearing this, Gao Shu suddenly became happy. The young sect master is back. Sect master, do you need me to help you to avoid anything happening? Wan Wancheng showed a smile, slowly shook his head and said, no need. This time, the elders of Saint Realm from the Holy Land escorted him back. With Saint personally guarding her, how can Shuaner be in danger? Gao Shu was shocked. There is actually Saint personally escorting the young sect master. It seems like there is really no need for us to worry about it. My subordinates will immediately make arrangements for the disciples to clean out all the best guest rooms to welcome the return of the young sect master. Inside the Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, Han Wanxiang was left in the palace. She also followed Dongfang Yuan to Dongfang Yuan's bedroom. Just in time, Xiao Qingli and Qian Xinru also walked in from the door. Three girls meet. This is Saintess Han. She has been admiring her name for a long time. Seeing this, Qian Xinru, who was smart, was the first to speak. Xiao Qingli was not the case. She was a bit aloof, but her expression didn't change when she looked at Han Wanxiang. The girl must be Qian Xinru, the eldest daughter of the Qian family. Then who is this? Han Wanxiang couldn't help looking at Xiao Qingli at this moment. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan said, "This is my Heavenly Evolution Dynasty's soon-to-be queen, the former Great Dream Dynasty's third princess, Xiao Qingli." Xiao Qingli. Hearing this name, Han Wanxiang was still a little shocked. After all, as far as she knew, Xiao Qingli's father actually died at the hands of Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. This, to be the queen of the father killer. This immediately made Han Wanxiang feel puzzled and confused. She met Xiao Qingli for the first time. But I felt that this woman seemed to have a powerful aura, a peerless posture that seemed to rule the world. Xiao Qingli looked calm and did not speak. At this time, Dongfang Yuan walked to the chair next to him with a relaxed face, and then lay down for a long time. A foot washing bucket appeared at his feet, containing flower petal elixirs. "All right, Wanxiang, come here to wash the emperor's feet. Fei, you are soft-hearted, come here and give me a shoulder squeeze. It's been so long, it's time for me to enjoy myself." As soon as Dongfang Yuan's words came out, except that Qian Xinru, who had been conquered by him continuously, came over willingly and helped him squeeze his shoulders. The other two were unmoved. Han Wanxiang's expression was hesitant, while Xiao Qingli's expression was cold, and he ignored her. Seeing this, Dongfang Yuan said leisurely, "Holy Maiden Han, although the emperor said that he will not force you to do things, but since you promised to be the emperor's maid for a month, you can't break your word. Washing the emperor's feet is the job of a maid, not a condition imposed by the emperor. What, are you going to violate what you promised?" After Dongfang Yuan finished speaking, Han Wanxiang finally took a deep breath. He walked over with a gloomy face, and slowly squatted down with his plump buttocks wrapped in a pink skirt. The slender hands reached into the bucket, dragging the soles of Dongfang Yuan's feet to wash him slowly. Because of the perspective problem, and Han Wanxiang's figure is already proud. Therefore, Dongfang Yuan has a complete view of the ravines of the snow-capped mountains. Xiao Qingli watched the two of them rubbing Dongfang Yuan's shoulders and washing his feet, but she didn't have anything to do with her. He also turned around and walked away. Seeing this, Dongfang Yuan had a comfortable smile on his face. He understood Xiao Qingli's arrogance, so he didn't call her Yohu. Xinru, try harder. Okay, Your Majesty. Yoha, cool. Wanxiang, don't make a bad face. As a maid, after washing your feet, you have to help me bathe and change clothes. Don't be shy. What, Bather and change clothes. As soon as he heard that he was going to bathe and change Dongfang Yuan, Han Wanxiang immediately stood up and stared at him reluctantly. Let yourself bathe and change Dongfang Yuan, how is this possible? You can't do this kind of thing by yourself. Ms. Han, great saint, helping the emperor bathe and change clothes is what a maid should do. What? You want to violate our agreement? But if that's the case, the emperor doesn't have to continue to abide by what he promised you earlier. I can do anything to you, huh? Dongfang Yuan enjoyed Qian Shinru's massage on his face, and emphasized the word dry in his tone, reminding him. Dongfang Yuan. You. Han Wanxiang's face was very angry at the moment, as if he was gnashing his teeth, angry but had nowhere to vent his anger. She stood there and looked at Dongfang Yuan fiercely. The latter is a complete enjoyment with eyes closed. Qian Shinru also understood that Dongfang Yuan intended for Han Wanxiang to be in the harem. At this moment, she just had a slight smile on her face and didn't speak. Good. Bather and change clothes. Just take a bath and change clothes. My lady help you. In the end, Han Wanxiang also looked angry and complied ruthlessly. Good. Go. Let's go at once. Dongfang Yuan stood up immediately, and Qian Shinru was taken aback by his quick reaction. Dongfang Yuan directly took Han Wanxiang's hand and entered the bathing pool in the bedroom. The curtain then closed. Qian Shinru was sitting in the dormitory when she heard the sound of rushing water. Hey, be gentle with your hands and give me a good back rub. Yes, it can be heard that Han Wanxiang's tone of response was full of resentment, mixed with a hint of shyness. Qian Shinru also asked at this time, Your Majesty, do you need Shinru's help? Forget it this time. Wait until next time, you and the queen will be together. It's all right, there's nothing else to do, you can go to rest first, it's late at night. Dongfang Yuan's voice came from inside. Qian Shinru's cheeks flushed slightly, she thought of something, and responded, Yes, then Shinru will leave first. Qian Shinru then left the bedroom. After Dongfang Yuan finished bathing, he changed into a new robe. At this time, the two walked to the bed in the bedroom, and Dongfang Yuan sat directly on the bed. Han Wanxiang's face was as red as a monkey's butt at this moment. At this moment, she only heard her say with resentment, Then can I go down now? At this moment, she didn't dare to look at Dongfang Yuan. Who knows what she saw earlier? She just wanted to wash her eyes well after leaving at this moment, and forget this memory. The majestic endless pleasure sect saint actually became a bath maid, and even. Oops, how can she live if it gets out? Although she has the status of the endless pleasure sect saint, and is also a joyous union sacred body, she has come into contact with many men. But no one has ever had a skin-to-skin relationship with her. Today's incident is really her black history. Dongfang Yuan smiled lightly, and then said, Go down. What's on your mind? You haven't warmed up my quilt yet, why are you walking? Warm blanket. Dongfang Yuan, you are deceiving people too much. At this time, Han Wanxiang couldn't stand it anymore and broke out directly. Dongfang Yuan said leisurely, Miss Han, since you have agreed to be the emperor's maid. Could it be that you haven't heard that, as the emperor, before going to sleep, there are always bed-warming maids to help warm the bed. Besides, as the emperor, if the temperature of the bed is satisfactory, you can also ask the maid to stay in the bed and sleep with you. This is the most basic thing for a maid to serve the emperor, Miss Han, don't tell me, don't you know? Han Wanxiang really didn't know what to say at this moment. She really didn't know that being the emperor's maid needed to warm the bed. She thought she would just serve tea and water, wash her feet, take a bath and change clothes. Who would have thought that this turtle would have another trick? All right, stop wasting it, hurry up. Dongfang Yuan was already lying on the bed, covered with a quilt. At this moment, Han Wanxiang clenched his fists tightly, his face was angry, but there was also a trace of grievance and helplessness. There were some tears in the corners of her eyes, but she still held back her tears. Good, I'm warm. Han Wanxiang endured his disgust and was just about to go to bed. At this time, Dongfang Yuan suddenly pulled out the quilt. What are you doing? Dongfang Yuan looked at Han Wanxiang and shouted suddenly. Didn't you let me warm the bed? Han Wanxiang looked at him angrily and puzzled. What a joke. The Empress told you to go quickly, but to take a bath. You haven't washed your body yet, and you want to get into my bed. You're thinking beautifully. Dongfang Yuan suddenly changed his words. Han Wanxiang was suddenly confused. He stood there for a few seconds. After reacting, she gave Dongfang Yuan a vicious look, and then hurriedly fled the bedroom. After Han Wanxiang left, Dongfang Yuan smiled faintly, then closed his eyes and fell asleep. He looked at Han Wanxiang's appearance and knew it. Being tough won't work against this woman. If she is tougher, she will be stronger, and even at that point, she may choose to die by herself. In this regard, it is quite similar to Xiao Qingli. So to deal with her, Dongfang Yuan can only give her a contrasting change, bully her, and finally let her go. Let her have a sense of gap in her heart, so that her heart will gradually start to shake, she will have a sense of curiosity about herself, and she will gradually be attracted to herself. This is also the experience that Dongfang Yuan summed up in his own life. There is no woman who can't handle it, if there is, it's just that you can't handle it yourself. Of course, all of this is because Dongfang Yuan now has Qian Shinru and doesn't need to quench his thirst, so he still wants to get their whole body and mind. The same is true for Han Wanxiang, and the same is true for Xiao Qingli. But he believes that it will be soon, within half a month, they will definitely be able to win all of them. Sea area, Inland Sea, Heaven and Earth Pavilion. At this time, in a small island palace in the Tiandi Pavilion Island group, Nan Menu's figure stood on the main hall, reporting things to a beautiful young woman at the top. That's the way it is. Currently, the key to the Sun and Moon treasure is in the hands of Heavenly Evolution Dynasty and the Qian family. They are likely to open the Sun and Moon treasure on the following full moon night. As for the fifth young master, he died in the hands of Dongfang Yuan. This person's true identity is unknown, but it is very likely that he is the reincarnation of a certain super powerful man. Nan Menu stood on the main hall, speaking respectfully. His eyes were looking at the ground, not daring to raise them at all. It seemed that the glamorous figure sitting on the crystal throne at the top was an existence that he could not even look at. The beautiful woman at the top looks to be in her 30s. But her skin is breakable, her muscles are as white and smooth as mutton fat, and there is not a single wrinkle on her face. She was wearing a snow fox white skirt, which revealed her two stunning long legs, and her figure was proudly plump, with the front and back curved. Her snow fox white skirt wrapped her big breasts, and she wore a white scarf around her neck. Her whole body exudes the unique charm of a mature woman who has experienced the wasted years. The first impression people see is that of white, followed by beauty and beauty. This kind of beautiful woman who has gone through many vicissitudes of life is far more attractive and seductive to ordinary men than an 18-year-old girl. The woman sitting on the crystal throne, after hearing Nanmenu's words, also said with a more interesting expression, "Oh, Heavenly Evolution Dynasty, Dongfang Yuan. It's interesting, that's all, since it's like this, I'll go there myself. Destroy that Dongfang Yuan, and then seize the Sun and Moon treasure." Husband, Madam, you want to go out in person. When Nanmenu heard that the beautiful woman above her head said that she was going to go out in person, her face was also a little shocked. To know the identity and strength of the woman in front of him is definitely a famous figure in the entire sea area, with a high status and a noble status. In the entire Dusk province, the mainland and the sea are divided into 37. The area of the sea area is much larger than that of the mainland, and the abundance of resources far exceeds that of the mainland. Moreover, in the sea area, there are many forces, fish and dragons are mixed, and monsters and humans coexist. Some immortal holy places dominate one side, and some superpowers rule a sea area, and there are often some conflicts and frictions between them. The super forces in the sea area, including those holy lands and ancient races, have many saint realm powerhouses among them. There are even great saints, saint king level existences sitting in town. And this beautiful woman, her name is Su Baiji. It is the wife of the owner of the Tiandi Pavilion. However, it is rumored that the owner of Tiandi Pavilion was seriously injured that year. Although he is in retreat now, he is actually dead. But this is just a rumor, the authenticity is still unknown. However, because of this, Su Baiji clearly holds all the power in Tiandi Pavilion. She is not only a great saint realm level cultivation, but also the legendary extreme ice sacred body. He has a very high talent for cultivating ice power. Dead Centipede is one of the 5 candidates for the young pavilion master of our Tiandi pavilion. Privately, she also calls me Aunt Bai, and we have a good relationship. Since he died in the northern domain, the deity will naturally seek justice for him. By the way, take the sun and moon treasure. When Su Baiji said this, it was hard to hear the joy or anger in his tone. It can only be heard that when she mentioned the treasure of the sun and moon, her tone was very longing. But ma'am, if you leave, what if something happens in the cabinet? Nanmenu said worriedly. No problem. The deputy cabinet master has successfully broken through to the realm of the great saint. Even if the deity leaves, there will be nothing wrong with her in the cabinet. All right, go down. During the time I'm away, if anything happens in the cabinet, all you need to do is obey the orders of the deputy cabinet master. Su Baiji said. Yes, ma'am, Nanmenu replied respectfully. The next day. Congratulations to the host. King Tianyu once again subdued 1 top-level faction and 3 first-rate factions. The territory of Heavenly Evolution Dynasty expanded again, and the prestige value increased by 1,000 points. Closing square bracket. Now Heavenly Evolution Dynasty prestige value, 5,320. Closing square bracket. Obtain a prestige value gift pack and a prestige value achievement gift pack, which have been sent to the system warehouse, please check. Closing square bracket. At this moment, Dongfang Yuan was still lying on his bed, when the system's voice rang in his head. The efficiency of King Tianyu's work is not bad. System, open the gift bag. Stare. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained Danshan X1, Queen Medusa X1, Cultivation Level Promotion Card X3, Dachu Special Product X100 bags, 1 shot into the Soul Pill X5, and 9 turn Reincarnation Pill X1. Closing square bracket. Afterwards, in Dongfang Yuan's bedroom, those elixirs and 100 bags of Dachu specialties all floated in midair. Dongfang Yuan took a closer look and couldn't help but take a deep breath. This system is going to let him run out of ammunition and food to die. 100 bags of this Dachu specialty. Who would have imagined that these 100 bags were packed in sacks? A bag marked 40 kilograms. This is to feed the pigs. Immediately afterwards, 2 figures appeared in his bedroom. A man and a woman. Medusa has a glamorous appearance, a hot and proud figure, and a colorful dress that outlines amazing curves, extremely enchanting. She exuded a queen-like nobility all over her body. Compared with Xiao Qingli's aura, it could be said that she was not bad at all. As for the other person, he was wearing a white robe, with an old face, a benevolent look, and a strong fragrance of alchemy on his body. I have seen His Majesty. After Dan Chen and Queen Medusa appeared, they all saluted Dongfang Yuan respectfully. You don't have to be polite. System, open the character introduction panel. Dongfang Yuan then said. Name, Danchen. Treasure, Profound Luo Ding. Qualification, Immeasurable. Physique, Pill Fire Divine Body. Destiny Luck Value, 97. Cultivation Realm, Saint Realm Peak. Special Introduction. Dan Chen is an 8th-grade alchemist with divine body strange fire, and has a supreme talent for alchemy. Closing square bracket. AAA. Name, Medusa. Treasure, Azure Lotus World Extinguishing Flame. Qualification, Immeasurable. Physique, Jukai Immortal Physique. Closing square bracket. Main body, 9-color swallowing python. Destiny Luck Value, 99. Cultivation Realm, Great Saint Realm First Layer. Special Introduction. Medusa has extremely powerful natural combat power, and at the same time has the ability to petrify. As long as she is strong enough, her eyes are enough to petrify everything in the world. Closing square bracket. After reading the systematic character introduction, Dongfang Yuan was already grinning from ear to ear. Produced by the system, it must be a high-quality product. Medusa's physique even surpassed Divine Body and reached the immortal physique level. Moreover, compared with his own, the leapfrog combat power is not far behind. The most important thing is the Medusa summoned by the system. The temperament is noble and glamorous, and the beauty is even more peerless. The most important thing is that she is obedient. In this way, wouldn't he be able to experience the happiness of that mo bully young man who was poor? And with Medusa and Danchan, two saint-grade powerhouses, he already has enough strength to completely set off a great battle to unify the northern domain. Dongfang Yuan burst into laughter. After several seconds, he changed his tone and continued to say to the system, "System, open the item introduction." Dongfang Yuan wants to see, what kind of pills are the one-shot soul-entering pill and the 9-turn reincarnation pill? He never heard of it. 9 revolutions of reincarnation pill. After taking it, you can gain the enlightenment of 9 reincarnations. If you are lucky, you can awaken the power of 6 reincarnations in it. One-shot soul-entering pill. After taking it, a woman's pregnancy rate will increase by 1000%. Closing square bracket. Cultivation improvement card. After use, the cultivation level will be randomly improved once. It all depends on the face, and can only be used by the host and those summoned by the system. Closing square bracket. Specialty of Dachu. Every time you take 10 grams, your desire will increase greatly and your mind will become confused and confused. After taking 20 grams, my body burned like fire, I was completely unbearable and fell into madness. Take 30 grams, lose your mind, only see you. After taking 40 grams, it will take 7 days and 7 nights before you can give up. Special note. The specialty of Dachu is a non-level magic medicine, and it has the same effect on cultivators of any level. Closing square bracket. After thoroughly listening to the introduction of the system, Dongfang Yuan couldn't help but twitched his face. Except for the cultivation improvement card and the 9-turn reincarnation pill, the others, all 2, are unreliable. At this time, he thought for a while, and then decided to give it a try, the power of Dachu's specialty. He first called Zuo Shang and asked him to take Dan Chen down first. He also ordered the left prime minister to say that Dan Chen was an alchemist and to make a place for him in name at Medicine Pavilion. From now on, Dan Chen is the master of the Medicine Pavilion, specializing in refining medicine for Heavenly Evolution Dynasty. Dongfang Yuan gave Dan Chen unlimited green light. As long as he refines the elixir, if materials are scarce, he can go to Zuo Xuanqi and let Zuo Shang find a way. After Prime Minister Zuo learned that Dan Chen was an alchemist, his attitude towards him was extremely respectful. What he thought in his heart was indeed right with his guess. His Majesty really recruited an alchemist long ago. After Dan Chen and Zuo Shang left, only Dongfang Yuan and Medusa were left in the dormitory. Medusa washed her body, put on a red loose pajamas, and sat on Dongfang Yuan's bed. At this time, Dongfang Yuan brewed 20 grams of Dachu specialty, put it into a bowl of water, and then gave it to Medusa. "Here, drink it." "Yes, Your Majesty." Medusa didn't refuse either, and drank it up immediately. Dongfang Yuan took the small bowl and was about to put it on the table. Suddenly, he noticed that a dark shadow appeared at the door of his bedroom, sneaking around the door. Dongfang Yuan waved his hand. The palace door opened immediately, and Han Wanxiang's sneaking figure suddenly appeared. She looked shocked, and was a little overwhelmed at first, but she immediately calmed down. "Great Saint Han, what are you doing sneakily wandering outside the Emperor's gate this morning?" Dongfang Yuan asked knowingly. You don't ask me about last night." Han Wanxiang was a little hesitant and tangled, he hesitated to speak. After she ran away last night, she never went back to Dongfang Yuan's bedroom. He thought that this fool would come to catch him in the middle of the night and go back to warm the bed, which made her nervous. As a result, the night passed. There was no movement at all. Curious, she came over to Dongfang Yuan's bedroom to take a look. "You mean that you ran away last night, right? Actually, I have no intention of asking you to warm the bed in the early morning, so I naturally know that you will definitely not come back after you leave. So the Emperor will sleep," Dongfang Yuan said with a very ordinary expression. Han Wanxiang couldn't help but frown when he heard this. "Then you said that yesterday, were you kidding me?" "Of course it is. Otherwise Great Saint Han would think that I really need you to warm the bed," Dongfang Yuan said disapprovingly. Han Wanxiang was obviously a little angry at this moment and was angry. Han Wanxiang himself probably didn't expect that in just one night, his interview of Dongfang Yuan would gradually be covered with a layer of mystery. Especially now, after Dongfang Yuan said that she had never thought of letting her warm the bed, her inner thoughts became even more confusing. Dongfang Yuan smiled slightly. This was the psychological gap he wanted. As the most distinguished eldest lady in the northern domain, if she is willing to warm a man's bed, even if that man is going through fire and water, he will not hesitate to pay any price. Han Wanxiang's allure to men is recognized in the northern domain, which also creates a potential sense of superiority in her heart. Beautiful women are proud of their looks. But Dongfang Yuan's words completely broke her sense of superiority. It made her feel a little self-doubt. Could it be that I am here in Dongfang Yuan, so there is no temptation? This doubt can't help floating in her heart. And Yua. And just when Han Wanxiang raised his head and was about to continue asking, suddenly, Dongfang Yuan was hugged by a pair of slender hands. Medusa's cheeks were red, and her eyes were blurred against Dongfang Yuan's back. Turning Dongfang Yuan directly, kissed his lips strongly. Your Majesty, I think. Boo boo. Medusa was full of desire. Her seductive and hot lips left marks on Dongfang Yuan's neck and face one after another. Han Wanxiang suddenly saw this scene at this moment. She is completely dumbfounded. Who is this woman? She looks better than herself. And the aura on her body made even herself feel a little strong. The natural magnetic field of the queen is glamorous and noble. But at this time, this woman actually took the initiative to kiss Dongfang Yuan. No. Why should he? Han Wanxiang couldn't help but have this question in his heart. Why Dongfang Yuan? At this moment, seeing the metis snake getting more and more fierce, Dongfang Yuan hugged her, and hurriedly said to Han Wanxiang, Holy Maiden Han, the Emperor of Heaven doesn't need you to follow. Apart from going out of the city these days, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. Boom. After speaking, Dongfang Yuan waved his hand, and the palace door closed. Han Wanxiang stood there in a daze, a little at a loss. After seeing Medusa willingly pounce on Dongfang Yuan, the gap in Han Wanxiang's heart became heavier again. Why? That woman looks so amazing. Her temperament is so refined and peerless, and her own majesty and aura are not weaker than Dongfang Yuan. Why did she take the initiative to go up to Dongfang Yuan to enjoy? Han Wanxiang couldn't help feeling a big gap in his heart, and he couldn't understand this problem. At this time, some yin-yin-yan voices came from the hall, and her cheeks turned red suddenly. Shamed to death. After shouting towards the gate of the palace, Han Wanxiang felt embarrassed and ran away in a hurry. 2 days later, the madness between Dongfang Yuan and Medusa is now over. At this time, he was lying on the bed, and Medusa was slowly falling asleep against his chest. Dongfang Yuan caressed Medusa's black hair. Now that he has personally experienced it, he finally understands why the boy who played with fire chose a snake for the first woman. Or a snake with strange fire. That package, that warmth, is really unforgettable. However, at this moment, the bedroom door was suddenly pushed open. It was Xiao Qingli who came, and next to her was Qian Xinru and Han Wanxiang. If he dared to push the door and come in without knocking, Xiao Qingli might be the only one in the entire Tianyan palace. Fortunately, they have now turned into vegetarians. Medusa and herself are both wearing pajamas. My beloved concubine, Xinru, why are you here? Dongfang Yuan looked calm and asked slowly. Medusa woke up from her sleep, opened her eyes, and met Xiao Qingli's eyes. Two equally strong and arrogant women, a queen and an empress, were looking at each other at this moment. From each other's eyes, all that could be felt was a strong aura and a subconscious pride. What a powerful aura, this woman is not simple. Xiao Qingli immediately concluded in her heart that this was definitely not an ordinary woman. Snort, you do know how to enjoy it. The king doesn't go to court early, so he goes to bed early. Xiao Qingli turned his eyes and said angrily. Qian Xinru had a hint of joy on her face at this time, and her eyes were looking at Medusa curiously. Han Wanxiang was silent. She thought for a long time, but still couldn't figure out why. Why should Dongfang Yuan do this? Finally, she went to find Qian Xinru, and finally Xiao Qingli took the lead, and the three girls came together. Dongfang Yuan smiled coquettishly. My dear concubine, I have informed the left minister about the morning court affairs. If there is any matter, let him handle it on my behalf first. But looking at you like this, there must be other matters, right? After experiencing the passion of Medusa, there is no need to talk about early morning. He didn't even need to eat breakfast. After all, you rely on mountains to eat mountains, and you rely on water to eat water. While touring the mountains and rivers, you can drink some water when you are tired. Since ancient times, kings have not gone to court early. Dongfang Yuan understands this sentence deeply now. Snort. King Tianyu is back. Also, the people from 10,000 Beasts Forest have already entered the imperial city. Do you still plan to continue sleeping? Xiao Qingli said coldly and angrily. Huh, people from 10,000 Beasts Forest. Oh, I almost forgot about them. It's true that I can't sleep anymore. Shinru, Wanxiang, come here and help me change my clothes. Dongfang Yuan just got up and got out of bed. Han Wanxiang and Qian Shinru came over with a stinky face and helped him put on the dragon robe. At this time, Xiao Qingli glanced at Medusa and asked Dongfang Yuan, "You are a hidden beauty in the Golden House, you are hiding it well enough." "What, you haven't introduced me yet?" Xiao Qingli asked with a hint of jealousy. It's not that she doesn't want Dongfang Yuan to expand the harem, but she has to be the master of Dongfang Yuan's harem after all. If Dongfang Yuan wants to take any woman as his concubine, he should at least tell her. She was a very proud person, so Dongfang Yuan slept with this woman without even saying hello. Especially since she could tell that Medusa was definitely not a simple woman, and even her cultivation aura was unfathomable. This made Xiao Qingli feel a little bit of inner unease. It's normal to be jealous and angry. Dongfang Yuan saw Xiao Qingli's state, and comforted him, "My beloved concubine, this is Queen Medusa. From now on, she will be my emperor's noble concubine. Don't worry, Medusa is just the empress concubine. From now on, the two of you will live in harmony and guard the empress harem together. With the help of several beloved concubines, why should I worry about failing to accomplish great things?" Dongfang Yuan's words dispelled Xiao Qingli's worries. Since Dongfang Yuan had promised her the position of queen, he would naturally not regret it. At this moment, Qian Shinru, who was helping Dongfang Yuan put on the dragon robe, suddenly said, "Your Majesty, Shinru, has it." "What's there?" Dongfang Yuan hadn't reacted yet. "The child, I have it." Qian Shinru said it again with a blushing face. Dongfang Yuan was stunned. His eyes couldn't help looking at Qian Shinru. "Are you pregnant?" Qian Shinru nodded shyly. "Ha ha ha ha. God helped me too." Good, good. Shinru, from today onwards, you can take care of your baby with peace of mind and ensure that the baby can be born smoothly. Dongfang Yuan said kindly and caringly. He didn't expect that Qian Shinru was already pregnant before taking this soul-injecting pill. It seems that it was the reason why it was too crazy a few days ago. It will be so soon. Okay, concubine you and Shinru go back to the bedroom to rest first. I'm going to meet King Tianyu and the people from the 10,000 Beast Forest, and I'll go there after that. Dongfang Yuan also kissed Qian Shinru, and then said. Xiao Qingli didn't say much, and left with Qian Shinru. Wanxiang, Medusa, follow me to the main hall. Dongfang Yuan headed to the main hall with Han Wanxiang and Medusa, who looked silent. On the main hall, King Tianyu, you did a good job this time. Now our Heavenly Evolution Dynasty's territory is close to the largest in the northern domain, and now only those overlord forces are left. Come on, this is a reward from the Emperor. After taking it, you can break through to the fifth heaven of Heavenly Venerable Realm. Dongfang Yuan sat on top, and Han Wanxiang and Medusa stood beside them. He rewarded King Tianyu with 2 poison pills. Thank you, Your Majesty. King Tianyu had heard about the elixir and Danshan from Zuo Shangna, and he sincerely thanked him after accepting it at this moment. 7th grade breaking Zun Dan. Han Wanxiang stood aside, and she was even more shocked when Dongfang Yuan took out 2 poison pills at random. One must know that no one in the northern domain knows the formula of the 7th grade disrupting Zun pill. And Dongfang Yuan unexpectedly took out 2 at this moment. This can't help but make Han Wanxiang feel puzzled and curious about it again. Could he still be alchemy? It has to be said that the current Dongfang Yuan is full of mystery to Han Wanxiang. This sense of mystery can often cause a fatal attraction to a woman, making her deeply trapped in it, unable to extricate herself. That's right, Your Majesty. The minister's spies got the news that the Fengyan sect's people had already set off, but they dispatched 200,000 elites, and the deputy suzerain Han Zhao and the great elder Mo Linyi both went out in person. Looking at it like this, most of the visitors are not good. After accepting the pill, King Tianyu said again. Dongfang Yuan smiled calmly. It's okay. They're here, just kill them. As long as my emperor gets the Tianyu 9-leaf clover, after the concubine ceremony is completed, it will be my last battle to unify the northern domain. When Dongfang Yuan said this, his tone was full of confidence. He had a complete plan in his heart. After conquering Shao Qingli first, he would unify the northern domain as quickly as possible, and then open the treasure of the sun and moon to seize the opportunities inside. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.